Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Justyna, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today, I'm going to give you a little preview of 2024. It's a very different year. And right, so here from the 27th of January until April the 1st, all the planets will be moving in a forward motion. So here in a direct motion, so there's this forward momentum, an amazing time for really reaching your goals, for moving forward with any objectives, with any goals. And overall, it's easier to achieve our goals and move forward with any ideas, whatever it is, because here the energies are moving in a forward motion. Right, so here Mercury will retrograde 4 times this year. As we start the year, Mercury will begin to regain its strength from the retrograde that started in 2023 in December. In Capricorn, it will end in Sagittarius on the 1st of January. So this will be the very first here that a Mercury retrograde phase coming to an end, but it moves into 2024. Now, between the 1st and 25th, we've got Mercury retrograde in Aries. Then from the 5th of August until the 28th of August, Mercury will be retrograde first in Virgo, then in Leo. And finally, the final retrograde will be in Sagittarius, and that will be between the 25th of November and the 15th of December. Now here we've got Pluto finally moving into Aquarius permanently in 2024. It will be in Capricorn between the 1st of January and the 20th of January, and then between the 1st of September and the 19th of November. But otherwise, it's all Aquarius, and it will be establishing itself more properly towards the final weeks of 2024. Jupiter is moving into Gemini this year on May the 25th, and it will reach the 21st degree of Gemini this year. So those born here in May and in the first days of June will be especially influenced. Now, Saturn will cover the 3rd and the 19th degree from the 3rd until the 19th degree this year. So here, those Pisceans born in the final days of February, and we are moving into March. March Pisceans, they will be especially influenced here this year. Not those born on the cusp between Aries and Pisces, but those born here in March, in the first week and a half, will be definitely especially influenced. Now, Mars will be retrograde this year in December, between December the 6th, and will move into January 2025. And this retrograde will be in the sign of Leo, and it will end in Cancer. Now, the nodes will continue to move throughout Aries and Libra. And we will have 2 lunar eclipses this year and 2 solar eclipses. We've got a lunar eclipse in Libra, then a solar eclipse in Aries in April, in Libra in March, then a solar eclipse in Libra in October, and a lunar eclipse in Pisces, and that's in September. So we are starting a brand new series of eclipses while we continue with the eclipses that started in 2023. But here, that Piscean energy is yet again influenced, because it's this year we started with Saturn in Pisces, and then we are moving slowly into this new series of eclipses as well. All right, so here, that's what I've got for you here, just a little heads up. Now let's see what this coming year brings for you on a deeper level here. Watch it for your rising sign, ascendant sun sign especially, but you can also watch it for your moon sign and sun sign, just to get a bigger picture. The reason for that is because, for example, if your rising sign is Taurus, then Pisces would be in your 11th house. So you'll be looking at Saturn in Pisces influence upon your friendships, groups, goals, wishes, hopes. And here you should also watch it for your sun sign here, this horoscope, because there's this, because ascendant here, Saturn on your ascendant can bring similar effect to Saturn on the sun. That's why it's always important, like pretty valuable to watch your this horoscope for your sun sign, especially if there's a major transit happening in your sign. So those who, for example, have their sun in Pisces, but their ascendant is in a different sign, then also watch this horoscope for your sun sign as well. Just a little example, the same with Gemini. Sun here, because Jupiter will be in Gemini, so those who have their sun in Gemini will be very much influenced this year. But if your ascendant is in a different degree, then here watch this all for your and also for your moon as well, because here, so this is especially relevant to these major transits taking place in a specific sign that is connected to your moon or your sun, if your ascendant is in a different degree. All right, so here I hope I didn't overcomplicate it for you. Now here, let's see what this year brings for Aries. So let's start from Aries. Now here, Aries, yes, so right, so this is really exciting, because it's always fun to discuss the annual horoscopes. A new year brings new opportunities. Here for you, this is, of course, still you are working on yourself, and you've got the node in your first house, the south node in your seventh house this year. So here you are still reinventing yourself. It's still about that self-discovery. With the north node in your first house, it's all about perhaps having these strong realizations and focusing on your goals, realigning with your purpose, lots of new beginnings as well, and lots of opportunities to reinvent yourself. At the same time, with the south node in the seventh house, you will see that some people will depart from your life. It could be about endings of contracts, friendships. At the same time, different connections will reappear in your life, people who perhaps better align with your energies and with your vibrations. The south node is about clearing away. So perhaps all the connections, relationships that outlived their purpose and lost their meaning will move away. It's a natural cycle, natural process. Those who are single here, these eclipses could very much bring a new connection, a new relationship into your life. So here we look also at what happened in your life 9 years ago and 18 years ago when these eclipses took place. Here 9 years ago, they were in a reversed mode. So the south node was in your first house, the north node in your seventh, but 19 years ago they were exactly in the same position. So it's also essential to look at these cycles to see what happened previously and what you can possibly expect. But here in we've got in March, we've got a lunar eclipse in Libra. So this will be about some endings, something coming to an end, conclusion at 5 degrees of Libra. So have a look if you have any placements here as well, because this will also bring even a stronger influence. But here, this is could very much connected to you also ending a certain work-related contract as you move into perhaps a new employment, a new opportunity. Perhaps someone could be also departing from your organization. So very often with a lunar eclipse, there is some kind of chaos that comes in play just as we approach the eclipses, because sometimes things just are eclipsed out of our life, out of the blue. But then after a few weeks, days, things are more realigned. But here more specifically, on the 8th of April, we've got a solar eclipse in your first house. So some major new beginnings are here on the horizon because it's happening in your first house close to the north node. And this is very significant because in a solar eclipse on the north node means that something brand new is coming to your life. And just before this eclipse, perhaps this could be about maybe even losing a connection, a friendship, or perhaps even if you didn't get what you want when it comes to a contract, for example, or any relationship. Don't give up, because there's a really significant eclipse coming up for you that will have a really meaningful impact upon your life. Some major goals, new beginnings connected to a new career, a new business, a new relationship, something brand new is coming up into your life. It's very significant here, very exciting as well. And then as we move forward in October, there is a solar eclipse happening on the south node in your seventh house. So this is also connected to perhaps something that moved away from your life, or you would have eliminated perhaps from your life in March. And now, based on those experiences, something new will be also happening. So here, the 7th house and the 1st house axis are very much activated this year. And this could be very much connected to a new relationship, a new connection, a collaboration, business partnership. You'll be reinventing yourself in a much bigger way than you did in 2023. Here in 2023, it was all brand new and fresh, and perhaps you didn't have a clear idea of where you were heading. But here, with the eclipses now fully and the nodes fully established in these areas of life, now perhaps you have a better idea of what is it that you want, and you're using these energies to your benefit. And of course, on the 17th of September, we've got this very first eclipse on Virgo and Pisces axis. And here we will have a lunar eclipse in the house of Pisces. This is really interesting because Saturn has been transiting this area of life since the 7th of March, 2023. And now, during this eclipse, a lunar eclipse, this is an opportunity for clearing away, moving away, something that was generally doesn't have a good influence or impact upon your life. This is often connected to something private, something that perhaps is very personal to you, but also this could be about you could be eliminating a habit, a routine, quitting smoking very much. Or perhaps it could be about some lifestyle changes and necessary lifestyle changes that perhaps you didn't have the inner strength, the inner courage or motivation to deal with approach before. Because as you start the eclipses on Pisces and Virgo axis next year, and then 2025 will be especially influenced by these eclipses, you will go through major lifestyle, health and well-being related changes. Your approach to certain aspects of life, everyday life, will also undergo a major transformation here as the nodes move into these areas of life. But that's a little bit more into the future. Now, here we've got retrogrades this year. So as I said earlier, Mercury will be stationing direct in Sagittarius at 22 degrees on the 1st of January. Now, overall this year, the retrogrades are mainly influencing the fire houses. So the fire element, and this is your 1st house. This is your 5th house, and this is your 9th house. So here it's all about your self-expression, your identity, your goals, your purpose. So you will be reviewing these areas of life on a very deeper level, especially since you also have the eclipses coming up here in your 1st house. The nodes are here. So perhaps this is about changes concerning your perspective, your own life, your life principles, your life philosophy is changing as well. And this is like a new you is emerging as you deal with these energies, as you deal with these eclipses. So here, maybe at this point, you are not sure how this will play out in your life, but as you move forward, and as these energies really deeply influence you, you will start to perhaps see things from a very different angle. Perhaps this could be also about new connections, opportunities for traveling coming up for you. And perhaps you'll be also engaging in different kind of experiences, activities that will be eye-opening. Pluto is moving into your 11th house. So also your social circle and your approach to your involvement in groups and in your stand is also slowly undergoing a major transformation. So here, generally with the retrogrades in your fire houses, is all about here allowing you to reinvent yourself, to discover perhaps any obstacles that stand in the way, even if it's connected to your thoughts, to perhaps you will be also wanting to change or shift your mindset, change the way you think, especially if you're affected by negative thinking. Then this year will help you to find ways to liberate yourself from these energies. This is also about healing any experiences from the past that wounded your inner child. Right. So yes, and now the final thing is Jupiter. Now Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and so Jupiter will continue to help you to grow your financial area, to help you with your self-esteem, self-worth. You will be probably accumulating resources, possessions. So it's also about being mindful and realistic about how much do you need. But there is an amazing opportunity for really, really work on your financial area. If you will be progressing in your career, then perhaps this could mean that you will be also earning more, improving your income situation. So it's all about that growth connected to your money area here as Jupiter explores this area or influences this area of life. And then on the 25th, Jupiter will be in your third house. So it's here. This is an amazing transit for working on your social skills, for perhaps expanding your connections within your community, for seeking new friendships with like-minded people. Travel is also very much emphasized, but I think with Jupiter moving into your third and Pluto into your 11th, this is a really great opportunity for looking deeper at your friendships, social circle, and perhaps taking advantage of these energies and perhaps seeking connections that truly align with your personality, especially if you feel like there aren't enough people with whom you can be yourself. Right, but otherwise, Jupiter here in the third house brings a lot of also opportunities for expanding your hobbies, your interests. Perhaps you will be getting involved in some new courses to learn your new skills, update existing skills. Jupiter is all about broadening your horizons, and this can really positively influence your involvement in or some action in your life, in your community. Finally, Mars retrograde will be at the end of the year, December the 6th until January 2025. So here we will start in Leo and then in Cancer. So here Mars retrograde can, of course, slow things down, but perhaps prompt you to look closer and reassess, reevaluate here your area of your interests, your hobbies, and perhaps that creative self-expression. And here again, if you feel like you've got some internal blockages, if you find it difficult to express your ideas, thoughts sometimes, or if there are some energies that really hold you back from moving forward, that here Mars retrograde will make it very visible, very noticeable. You could be also implementing some necessary changes at your home throughout this transit as Mars retrograde into Cancer. Right, so here, this is actually a very important retrograde, of course, because Mars retrograde is Mars is your chart ruler, so you will be here also perhaps reassessing your goals, your achievements as well as you move forward. I think it's a good retrograde to have at the end of the year, because this gives you some time to truly reassess your past achievements in order to prepare for the new and brand energies coming in the year 2025. So here we go. Thank you very much, Aries, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope for the year 2024. It's a preview of what you can possibly expect in the year to come. We'll look at a few events happening here. So first of all, the eclipses will continue in Aries and Libra, along with the nodes. The nodes will remain in these signs. So that's your 12th and the 6th house. So I always say that with the eclipses, it's essential to look at a bigger picture, so at the whole cycle rather than at just one single eclipse. It doesn't work like this. So we start with a lunar eclipse in Libra at 5 degrees, March 25th, and Libra, that's your 6th house. And then we'll have a solar eclipse in Aries on April the 8th. So these are the first two eclipses as we begin the year. So here with a lunar eclipse on the south node, this is very much connected to moving away, clearing away, and an eclipse, a lunar eclipse is about ending. So south node drains the energies and helps us to eliminate what isn't necessary. And the lunar eclipse helps us to perhaps conclude and end major phase or chapter in this area of life. So it looks like your daily life is going to be reinvented, readjusted, modified in some way. Something is coming to an end. So this is all about these lifestyle changes I've been talking about. That's the South Node here. Perhaps you're moving away from certain structures of life, routines. Your routine is changing, your daily responsibilities as well. At the same time, work and employment is emphasized. Your approach to health, well-being. Perhaps you will be starting a new health routine, a new health regime, exercising regime. So it's all about these major lifestyle changes that you'll be undergoing. And this could be really, really very empowering as well in many ways, as you perhaps move away from some routines, habits that no longer belong in your life, no longer make any sense. And so here, this is all about here readjusting your routine so that it fits into this new reality. Now, the solar eclipse in Aries is about new beginnings here on April the 8th, and this will be in your 12th house. So some major new beginnings are on the horizon here for you in the area of 12th house. So some major new beginnings from behind the scenes. And the 12th house deals with our subconscious mind, spirituality. So perhaps you will be doing some spiritual work. Perhaps you will be implementing some major new routine into your life, fixing your sleeping routine. Perhaps this could be about also having or starting a therapy. You could be also looking after another person, your relative, someone close to your heart. This is very much connected also to caring for another. So this could be also this major beginning connected to this phase of life. At the same time, charity work, volunteering, but this is very much connected also to generally here for starting a healthy routine that aligns well with your soul, body, and your mind as well. So here, really brand and fresh energies that really help you to feel better, well in your own skin. So I'm just going to have a sip of tea. Excuse me. Chamomile tea with honey. Right, so here we go. Now, the following eclipses will be in Libra and Pisces. So we've got an Libra solar eclipse on the South Node in your 6th house in October. And then we also have a Pisces lunar eclipse in September. So we will start a brand new series of eclipses this year on Pisces and Virgo axis that will have a big significance here, especially since we've had Saturn here in Pisces since the 7th of March 2023. Right, so this lunar eclipse on the South Node here will be about some ending. So here again, another lunar eclipse in Libra, and sorry, that's a solar eclipse in Libra. Yes, so we had a lunar eclipse in Libra in March, and then we will have a solar eclipse in Libra. So perhaps whatever that you end and perhaps fix, modify, connected to your everyday routine, your work, your health, well-being in March, you will be starting something brand new and fresh. So here, take this first lunar eclipse in Libra as an opportunity to eliminate whatever isn't needed in this area of life here in order to start something brand new, because the South Node drains the energies, helps us to eliminate, clear away, and then the solar eclipse is about something brand new and fresh. So even if perhaps you for some reason you lose an opportunity for a new role, perhaps there will be some major changes at your work that will that you won't enjoy, then don't give up or don't lose hope, because a solar eclipse can bring some major new opportunity just a few weeks after something suddenly is eclipsed out of your life. So don't lose hope, certainly. But overall here we also have the eclipses. So yes, basically with the solar eclipse in Libra here on the October the 2nd in your 6th house, this could be about a new employment, new business, perhaps new person joining your business, even if someone suddenly leaves just before this eclipse is exact. It's often the case. Suddenly we lose something and then something better comes in place. Now, yes, so new routine, new employment, new business. So lots of different opportunities here in the 6th house are very much highlighted. New lifestyle, and something positive usually here with a solar eclipse on the south node, because you will be eliminating something will be eclipsed out from your life, and then based on that you'll be starting something new. Now on the 17th of September, on the other hand, we've got a lunar eclipse in Pisces, so the first eclipse on Pisces and Virgo axis that will initiate this major cycle. And with that in mind, Pisces rules your 11th house. So if Saturn in Pisces brought loneliness and perhaps made you feel like you don't have that many friends, a lot of people could have perhaps distanced themselves, not necessarily because of your fault, but perhaps their circumstances changed and they didn't have time to perhaps keep in touch. But from your perspective, it could have been that you felt like they ghosted you. So here, the eclipses on Pisces and Virgo, they will create new friendships. They will bring new opportunities for you for building new connections, for joining new groups. So I think it's really exciting. And here we've got the eclipse in 11th house. So a lunar eclipse is about some ending, so perhaps you'll be also reinventing or perhaps changing your goals. Your perspective on life might change as a result of all the experience that you go through throughout the year. But at the same time, this could be also about a new friendship coming up into your life. So if you lose a friend, or if you perhaps something doesn't go well with a certain connection, don't worry, because this eclipse could be very much connected to something, a new person arriving in your life. Right, so yes, so that's the eclipses. Then we've got a retrograde. So as we begin the year, we've got an retrograde here in Sagittarius. So here Mercury will station direct at 22 degrees of Sagittarius on the 1st of January. And this will be here in your 8th house. Then we've got an eclipse in Aries from the 1st to the 25th of April, and then first in Virgo, then in Leo, 5th to 28th of August, the final eclipse in Sagittarius, November 25th to December the 15th. So overall, mainly fire signs, fire houses. So that's your 12th, 4th, and 8th house. So the hidden areas of life, the karmic houses, the deep energy. So it looks like this is the year of transformation for you. And it is not a surprise, because the nodes and eclipses on the 6th and the 12th often indicate lifestyle changes, a move, relocation, and yes. So some foundations in your life are undergoing a major change here, and the eclipses here are prompting you to reassess, reevaluate, and look at things from a very different perspective. So you'll be reviewing, reassessing your past achievements, your goals, your life in general. This is also about reviewing, reassessing your home situation, and perhaps realizing whether you're satisfied with the current life situation, whether something needs to change, whether you need to implement some necessary adjustments to feel more comfortable at your home, to find more comfort. Perhaps you'll be reconnecting with your relatives, fixing issues that have been circulating for quite some time, and this will be a good time for doing so. At the same time here, finances, investments are also highlighted, and perhaps any negative habits you may have developed recently over the past few years, you will be also looking at them from a very different angle. Pension, life, purpose, life after death, all of this will be also under a major here focus for you throughout the year during these eclipses. Now, here we've got Pluto will be in Capricorn between the 1st and 20th of January and September the 19th of January. So here the final months otherwise in Aquarius. So here we've got Pluto moving into your 10th house. So for many Taurus rising individuals, this is connected to some major changes connected to your outside world, your career, your job situation, your organization, your business. Things are undergoing a major shift for you. So whether you're getting married or you're separating or you're retiring or you're starting a new career, or perhaps you need to look after your parents, whatever it is, something major is coming to light for you. So you could be changing your career completely. Perhaps you want to quit your 9 to 5, start your own business. Perhaps you're thinking about retiring, or you're getting married, or you're separating. So your status at the same time is influenced, and your career goals, career objectives, as well as Pluto shifts between these areas of life. So there's this major crisis or chaos that could be experienced every now and then as Pluto moves into this area of life. But from the end of 2024, it will begin to establish itself more permanently. Now, Jupiter will be in Taurus in your first house, and from the 1st of January, you will see that there is this forward momentum. You will really enjoy these energies until the 25th. Lots of opportunities for expansion, growth, opportunities, new goals, moving forward with your life, especially since from the 27th of January until April the 1st, all the planets will be moving in a direct motion. So there's this massive push of energy and opportunity to really reaching your goals and objectives. And with Jupiter being in a direct motion from the 1st until the 25th of May in your first house, this is an amazing time for really reaching your goals and dreams. And then on the 25th, Jupiter will move into Gemini, where it will remain until the end of the year. It will reach the 21st degree of Gemini in 2024. That's your second house. So here, opportunities for growth in your money area. So here, there are, of course, two phases of Jupiter. On the one hand, yes, you can expand your wealth. You can attract positive vibes, energies, but you need to be realistic. You need to be realistic and watch out for any tendencies towards perhaps overextending yourself, or perhaps being overly optimistic about certain unrealistic goals. So here, being grounded and realistic will be very essential to reach major objectives connected to your financial area. But here, Jupiter really offers this amazing opportunity for perhaps investing your money here. Jupiter rules over your 8th house in the 2nd, so perhaps you could gain financially through any investments next year. Perhaps you could gain financially through stock markets as well. Or perhaps this could be also about generally receiving support from external forces, government schemes, for example, support as well. Right, so we've covered Mercury, we've covered Pluto and Jupiter, and finally we've got Mars retrograde. So yes, Mars will be retrograde from December the 6th until January 2025. It will start at 6 degrees of Leo. It will end in Cancer. Mars retrograde here, of course, slows things down. Mars is connected to courage, drive, motivation. When Mars is retrograde, it's more difficult to self-motivate oneself. And this is especially connected to your area of the 12th house. So this will, sorry, not to, yes, the 12th house, because that's where Mars rules. But here, Leo, that's your 4th house. So you'll be reviewing and reassessing your home and family dynamics. And perhaps if you felt the need to move, relocate, or implement some necessary changes, next December will be a time when you will be taking a deeper look at these aspects of life. So any renovations, any home improvements, try to do them before December, because it will be more difficult to reach your home-related objectives once Mars stations retrograde. All right, so here we go, Taurus. Thank you very much. And let's move into Gemini. Hello, Geminis, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming year. So here we start with the retrograde. So as we begin the year, Mercury will station direct in Sagittarius at 22 degrees. So this is very significant because pretty much the whole of December, with that pre-shadow period starting towards the end of November, has been influenced by the retrograde motion of your ruler. So lots of introspective moments, and also lots of perhaps that need to review, reassess major life themes in your life. So as we begin the new year, there's this forward momentum, and you will regain that mental strength, and it will be easier to implement the necessary changes that you've been wanting to implement throughout December. So it's a very personal, of course, retrograde to you, but also Sagittarius rules over your 7th house. So here, if you felt like you were unable to connect with other people, for example, or if there were some kind of misunderstandings as well that you could have experienced, then there will be this major shift as you begin the year, and you will regain that clarity. And there's this forward momentum as well. But what I want to focus on more specifically, because we'll cover that in the January horoscopes, is that the retrogrades this year are mostly in fire signs. We've got a second retrograde that's in Aries between the 1st and 25th of April. Then we've got one that starts in Virgo, in the very early degree of Virgo, and it ends in Leo. That's in August 5th to 28th. And the final one is November 25th to December 15th, and that's in Sagittarius. Yet again, here, your Sagittarius house is influenced. So here with these fire houses, so this is all about social interactions, your environment. And this is really interesting because last year, so here in 2023, speaking from the 2024 perspective, in 2023 the nodes moved into your friendships zone. That creative self-expression, hobbies, interests, children, this is all very emphasized this year, as well as the nodes travel through these areas of life. And there have been changes going through in your social life. Friendships moving away, starting new friendships, and overall here has been this major shift. And this year, interestingly, we've got the retrogrades taking place in the social houses. So that's the 3rd house, the 7th house, and the 11th house. So this year you'll be taking a really close look at the people in your life, and this can be your partnerships, your friendships, acquaintances. So generally people that you socialize with on a regular daily basis, but overall also people that generally are in your life. Who do you welcome in your life? Who belongs and who doesn't? Who has a positive impact upon your life, and who perhaps lowers your self-worth, self-esteem? So you'll be moving away, in a way, from some people in your life. Other people will come back into your life from the past, so you'll be reconnecting, a lot of reconnecting with other with friendships, with people that you perhaps met in the past you haven't heard from for quite some time. There will be a lot of that. So at the same time, there could be some friendship returns. Other people will move away and new people will come in its place. So it's all about, there's this lots of energy centered around these areas of life. At the same time, the nodes will remain in Aries and Libra. So that's your 11th and the 5th house. The north node is traveling through your 11th house. So this is actually lucky, because with that in mind, here you attract really interesting individuals, or you have an opportunity to attract, as long as you get yourself out there, as long as you participate in some events, workshops. If you get yourself out there, you can really attract people who align with your energies, who align with where you are heading with your life. So here, a great year also for manifesting your goals, for setting new intentions, especially the second part of the year when Jupiter moves into your sign. So here, yes, so but before I get there, let me just quickly explore the eclipses for you as well. So with the South Node in Libra also, this is also about reinventing oneself, moving away from habits or some themes that block that ability to express yourself creatively. This is also about perhaps reinventing yourself when it comes to your parenting style. As a parent, you are changing as well. And this is also about your your children's lives also undergoing certain changes. Perhaps they will be moving school, perhaps they will be changing, the friendships will be changing. So there's also there's this change in dynamics as well in their life that affects your life as a parent. Right, so here the eclipses will be in Aries and Libra and one in Pisces. So we start with Libra eclipse and lunar eclipse on the 25th of March. A lunar eclipse on its own is about endings, conclusions, something reaching its peak, a situation most likely something that you started 19 months prior this full moon lunar eclipse. So this would be a new moon in Libra in 2022. And so yes, during this time you could see some situations coming back into your life, or themes, events, people from around about October 2022. Libra, this is your 5th house. So perhaps this is about some changes connected to your business, to your anything to do with self-employment, your own creative projects, for example. Now, this is also related here to children. And during this, generally Gemini rising, Sagittarius rising individuals, while the nodes travel in their 5th house and the 11th house, this is also connected to conception, having children, even though the South node is here. But these eclipses can also mean some major shift when it comes to childbirth, family planning, and anything to do with here being a parent, children. But at the same time here, this is also about releasing any negative influences that affect that ability to express yourself, to express your identity in a true and authentic way. So if you don't feel like you can be your true self, then this year is here, the eclipses here, the South Node is helping you to move away and eliminate all these blockages and negative energies that negatively contribute into your growth and personal development. And at the same time here with the solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th of April, this is about some new beginnings connected to your friendship zone. New friendships, perhaps you could be joining a group, a membership, starting a membership with a certain organization, with a gym, or perhaps this is about some major dreams, goals, hopes coming to fruition, and this could be a really, really exciting and vivid time for you. Now here on the 2nd of October, we continue with these eclipses. We've got the solar eclipse in Libra, a brand new eclipse. So something new and fresh is starting here with this eclipse. Similar influences to what we had in October this year. That was also a solar eclipse on the South Node. Also, with a South Node solar eclipse, something is going to eclipse out of your life. So perhaps if you are already well in the later stage of your life, perhaps this is about your children moving away, starting their own family, starting university, and you as a mom of grown-up children, you also have to reinvent yourself and find yourself in this new reality. You could be starting new hobbies, something that could generally bring that spark into your life. A new business could be on the horizon as well. It's a good year for doing so, for starting a new business, and for growing something of your own. Having said that, here again, anything to do with conception, children is highlighted. And also here, since this is the house of romance, perhaps this eclipse could also bring a romantic partner into your life, especially since at that point you will have Jupiter in your 1st house, so the luck will be on your side. Now, on the 17th of September, we'll start a new series of eclipses on Pisces and Virgo axis. And this is here your 4th and the 10th house. So this is actually really interesting because I think as soon as we start these eclipses, and they will last for about 2 years, we will then have the nodes shifting into these areas of life, and this will be about major changes in your career and home. And if you've been thinking about moving, selling, buying, then this could very much occur during these eclipse cycle. You can speak to your Aquarius and Leo rising friends, because they've just gone through these eclipses, and now Cancers and Capricorn rising individuals are going through these. And I know so many people who actually moved, relocated, or perhaps made some major building work at their home. So something big is coming up here for you with these Pisces and Virgo energies. At the same time, a new career, a new business, an opportunity for really changing these major foundations of your life with these eclipses. And this Pisces eclipse is just a little taste of what may possibly take place in the upcoming 2 years following this eclipse. So that will be in your 10th house. So here, this could be about ending a career, ending a business, ending a role, but at the same time, because you want to move into something different, because you're starting something brand new, perhaps you moving up in your career, perhaps you're also getting married, engaged, because here the status could also change for some with the eclipses. So perhaps here again, becoming a parent, becoming a husband, a fiance, this is also your status, public status changing here. So lots of opportunities here once Jupiter moves into Gemini and the eclipses start on the 4th and the 10th house. So take this year 2024 to also prepare for the energies, for the upcoming energies. So here, self-growth, self-improvement, self-development, here, these are all amazing keywords to take into consideration here in 2024. Now here, so yes, we've explored the nodes, the eclipses, we've explored the retrogrades as well. And here from the 27th of January until April the 1st, all the planets in the sky will be moving in a direct motion. So there's this forward momentum, really exciting time, because during this time, one can achieve a lot. So if you want to reach your goals, launch a business, or perhaps if you want to renovate your house, whatever it is, here with energies moving in a forward motion, things happen easier. So it's really essential to know these dates. And also I actually created a shorts, a YouTube shorts, a little video where I also mentioned this these energies. Right, so here we've got also Pluto and Capricorn this year for the last time, for a long time in our lifetime, basically. So here, that will be between the 1st and 20th of January, and then September the 1st, November 19th. Otherwise, it's all Aquarius energy. And this is your 9th house. So it looks like your life philosophy, your life principles will be undergoing a major change. So you will see how this will play out in your life. But this could be also in regards to a major new career, because whatever happens in the 9th house has a huge influence upon our career. So if you are thinking about returning back to university, for example, or if you want to undertake a major course in order to move up in your career, then perhaps Pluto will help you to make it happen. Perhaps you are entering a brand new career connected to travel, to law, perhaps you're opening a business connected to import and export related matters, or even coaching is related here to the 9th house. So lots of different opportunities here, but often with the 9th house, there's this our perspective on many aspects of life changes, perhaps spiritual awakening, and you will see things from a very different light, different perspective. And Jupiter will be in Taurus between here until the 25th of May. Taurus, that's your 12th house. So here, lots of luck here with Jupiter in the 12th house. And also that this also increases your interest in astrology, spirituality. Perhaps you'll be either hosting or joining some healing workshop, healing events, for example. And it's all about kind of realigning with your purpose here again. But at the same time here, Jupiter in the 12th acts as an archangel. So here you, at the same time, you are clearing away, moving away from whatever you don't need before you start this new major cycle in your 1st house, because this will be really significant. So here, Jupiter will move into your sign on the 25th, 26th of May until the end of the year, into the 2025. And this year in 2024, Jupiter will reach the 21st degree of Gemini. So here, so it basically is pretty much the whole sign, apart from those final 9 degrees. Jupiter in the 1st house here, it's a brand new cycle, an opportunity for really starting something brand new in your life. Here, the luck is on your side, opportunities for growth, expansion, but you have to be realistic. You need to be grounded, because it's very easy to just be over optimistic, overextend oneself, and then perhaps there could be that disappointment. So there are two phases of Jupiter. It's essential to really know what you want, stand your ground, and follow through, especially since Saturn is in your 10th house. So you need to work for your achievements, you need to work for that recognition. But here with Jupiter in the first house, you will be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel with more ease, even though Gemini is a pretty optimistic sign and versatile as well. So lots of different opportunities, ideas will be on your mind. But at the same time here, watch out for anything to do with perhaps your dietary choices. Jupiter is connected to fatty foods. So here, this transit also promotes the growth of the physical body. So it's very easy to gain weight during Jupiter's transit in the first or the sixth house, often also the second house. So something on a side note, but otherwise enjoy these lovely energies. And Mars will be retrograde from December the 6th until January 2025. It will start in Leo, finish in Cancer. Leo, that's your third house. So here, as you can see, there's quite a lot happening here in the fire signs this year. Fire signs are really action-oriented. And here, Leo and Mars. So Mars will connect nicely with your Gemini ascendant, so that's a good thing. But here, Mars retrograde. So what does Mars represent? Our drive, courage, motivation, passion, aggression, also impulsiveness is also highlighted here. When Mars is retrograde, so all these energies, themes, qualities are slightly moving at a different level, scale. So here, this could be very much connected to perhaps, this could be related to returning to some, taking a closer look at your communication skills. You could be reconnecting, resolving some issues, heated debates with your siblings, people in your community. But also here with Mars retrograde, this is a time when you could be returning to some places that you visited in the past. Mars retrograde could also trigger that ability to communicate. So I think communicate harmoniously, I want to say. Communication will be really, really significant, especially since this is what Gemini stands for. But here, I think you could go through some communication lessons, not necessarily that you take some lessons, but perhaps life will align you with some people, or you will go through some experiences. Well, when you will perhaps think twice before you say something. So this is all very much connected to how you communicate with others, how do you express your ideas and thoughts. This is also a good time for returning into any studies, updating your skills, because it might be more difficult to achieve any substantial goals during this time. But it's a good time for returning, reviewing, reassessing your goals, but also anything to do with how you communicate, your connections with people from your community or your siblings, relatives. So all of this is really, really emphasized. But here, that's what I've got for you today. Thank you very much, Geminis, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Cancer, welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming year, 2024. So here, this year, we've got lots of different energies really stimulating your area of home and career. So you can expect major changes, new beginnings and endings happening in these areas of life. Now, as we begin the year, Mercury will station direct in the sign of Sagittarius at 22 degrees. So here, Sagittarius, this is your 6th house. So along with the nodes, the North Node traveling in your 10th house of career, professional life growth, and achievements, here Mercury is going to station direct. So there is a change of direction, change of perspective connected to your work, employment situation, but also anything to do with your daily life. If you felt like throughout December, you may have felt like you need more fun, more structure, more entertainment, perhaps in your life, or a change in routine, then perhaps here Mercury stationing direct will bring this new ideas and make it happen. There's this stimulation as we begin the year because Jupiter Jupiter will be in a direct motion as well. And from the 27th of January until April the 1st, all the planets in the sky will be moving in a direct motion. So there is this forward momentum and this possibility, opportunity to achieve so much, to reach specific goals, objectives, along with the eclipses also taking place here throughout this phase. We've got 4 retrogrades in total. So as we begin the year, Mercury will be regaining its strength from the retrograde that would have started in December. Now, then we've got a retrograde in Aries, so between the 1st and the 25th of April. Then there is one in August, 5th to the 28th. It starts in Virgo, ends in Leo. And finally, we've got one in Sagittarius in November the 25th until December the 15th. So as you can see, most of these eclipse retrogrades are happening, Mercury retrograde, in the sign of, in the fire signs. So here, that's your 2nd house, that's your 6th house, that's your 10th house. So here, your income, financial stability, security, career, lifestyle changes are coming up for you. So generally, this is a year to really progress in your career, if this is what you want to do, if you want to change your job, if you want to perhaps move your business to the next level. Here, the energies are on your side because of the nodes, because of the eclipse that will be taking place also here in Aries. And then we've got also things happening here in Sagittarius. Mercury retrograde really stimulates that need to reevaluate what is working and what isn't. Are you satisfied with your lifestyle, or whether something needs to change? What do you need to do to implement the necessary changes? Does it perhaps mean that you have to change your job? Do you need to learn or update some skills, perhaps to make better progress in your career, and so on? So I think this is a big year for your career, Cancers, without a doubt. Now here we've got Pluto will be in Capricorn here in your 7th house between the 1st and the 20th of January, and then between the September the 1st, November 19th, and then the rest is in Aquarius. So at the same time here, Pluto is finally leaving your area of relationships. So probably many Cancer rising individuals experience lots of transformative experiences in their one-to-ones. And now there is this major shift into the area of the 8th house, deep experiences, deep feelings, but also some kind of transformation is needed here, regeneration. It seems like some aspects, some structures of your life have outlived their purpose. There is a major need for change. You will know best what it is, but it feels like there is some kind of area of life or structure of life that needs to be readjusted to better align with your future, with your life principles. So here we've got Jupiter will be in Gemini until the 25th of May, and then it will move into Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and then it will move into Gemini, where it will remain until the end of the year into 2025 here. Taurus, this is your 11th house. So with Jupiter in the 11th house, this has a positive impact upon your friendships, group activities, but also it gives you this easier and lighter ability to reach your goals, your objectives. Here, you will see that as Jupiter regains its strength as we begin the year after the retrograde phase, here you will have an opportunity to expand your social circle. You could be joining a new organization as well. The 11th house deals with large groups, big events. So perhaps for some Cancer rising individuals, this would be about perhaps joining a big organization. So this could be a new role, a new job, for example, following the energies activated in your 10th house. Perhaps you're also seeking new friendships, people that better align with your persona, with your interests, for example. So here Jupiter will also help you to make it a reality. But here you need to take action. You need to take that first step. It's all about being realistic about your expectations as well, with Jupiter transiting your 11th house. But this is an amazing transit for really trying to reach some of your objectives, some of your goals as well throughout this transit. And then when Jupiter moves into your 12th house, this is going to be connected to allowing or helping you to fix something perhaps you struggle with. So if it's smoking, if it's drinking, if it's your sleeping pattern, Jupiter brings that abundant and helpful energy that helps you to move away from any negative influences, habits in your life. Jupiter in the 12th house acts as a guardian angel. So at the same time, you've got this extra protection. So no matter what, you are protected. You've got abundant energy around you. This transit also gets you closer to spirituality, to perhaps charity work, volunteering as well. There's this increased need to help others, to get involved in activities where you can give. So perhaps you might have this strong need to perhaps contribute your time, your energies into the work in your community life, for instance, which could be very much the case as well. Now here we've got yes, so we've got also the nodes. The nodes will be in Aries and Libra. They will remain in the same area of life. Wherever the North Node is present, this is where the luck is on our side. This is when it's easier to achieve our goals. The South Node is in your 4th house. So here you're moving away from the structures and whatever it is connected to your home foundation and feelings, emotions that outlived its purpose. So there's a lot of clearing away, a lot of moving away. You are changing on the emotional level without a doubt. And at the same time, it could be that you'll be relocating, moving, buying, selling, and so on. So this kind of theme is definitely emphasized throughout the transits of the South Node in the 4th house. Now, here's an amazing opportunity to bring more spark, happiness, comfort into your home. If you feel unhappy, disconnected, then here these eclipses and the nodes will help you to feel more grounded, to find your place, the place that is right for you. So here we've got a lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th of March. It's an eclipse on the South Node. The South Node eclipse is about here moving away from perhaps, so this could be about some endings connected to your home. If you could be moving, perhaps if you rent a house share, someone could be moving out from your house, but someone really important, significant, because it's an eclipse. Or perhaps your landlord might decide he wants to sell the property and you have to move out, look for somewhere else to stay. So this kind of things could be definitely the case, because often eclipses bring a little bit of a crisis, and suddenly we feel like we are left with no options, and it's kind of like you don't see the end of this situation or the light at the end of the tunnel. But at the end of the day, eclipses accelerate the timeline, and it could be that a few days later you find your dream place, your dream home, or someone offers you a room in their place. So overall here, eclipses generally helps us to realign ourselves with our path, life path. So they help us to get back on track. So if you feel like you're not moving in the right direction, the eclipses are here to help you to realign with your purpose, to realign where you are supposed to be, with what you are supposed to do. So there is this shift of energy happening in your area of your home, whether this is a move, a relocation, selling, buying, someone moving in or out, whatever it is. This is here to help you to feel more grounded. This is here to help you to find more comfort. That's the ultimate goal of these transits. And here we will have these eclipses reoccurring. So even though perhaps you might have to let go of something connected to your home, emotional life, comfort, something that brings you that emotional comfort. An eclipse in Libra, a solar eclipse in Libra on October the 2nd could bring some major new beginnings in this area of life. So while you're letting go, you're making space for some new and exciting opportunities to come your way on October the 2nd in the same area of life. Now on April the 8th, we've got a solar eclipse in Aries. So that's your career area. So some new beginnings in your career are coming up for you. That's exciting. So we had one of these eclipses speaking from the 24 perspective, that will be last year. But as I'm recording this video, it's still 2023. So here in April, we had an eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries, which influenced your career area, but not to that extent. not to such great extent as the one on April the 8th, 2024, because it will be here in the middle degree of Aries. So some new beginnings, a new career, a new opportunity connected to some professional life growth, development. For some Cancer risings could be also an engagement and a marriage coming up for you as well, since the 10th house also deals with our public image, our status. So when we become a parent or a fiance or a husband or even a divorcee, then this basically also changes our status as well in some way in the public image. So here, this could be also the theme for some Cancers. And at the same time, here, this could be very much connected to a new job, new business, new opportunity. So definitely take advantage of these energies here. If they come up, don't overlook them. Don't waste them. Here on September the 17th, we start a new series of eclipses on Pisces and Virgo axis. So here, I think that these eclipses will have something to do with the transit of Saturn in Pisces, which started on the 7th of March 2023. So here this eclipse will be in Pisces, and the very first eclipse, it will give us a little flavor of what we might possibly expect to happen, take place in the upcoming eclipses cycle following here this Pisces eclipse in September. Pisces, this is your 9th house. So with a Pisces eclipse in the 9th house, so this will be the activation of your 3rd and the 9th house. This often is very much connected to a new job, because a lot of communication will be taking place, a lot of learning as well. So I think it will be connected to some self-development, growth. You could be involved in some studies, courses as well, but travel is very much emphasized. Many Cancer rising individual will be traveling a lot for work, business. Perhaps you'll be getting also into coaching or anything to do with import, export, international business affairs as well. Perhaps you'll be publishing a course, a book, a blog during this time. You could be also getting a citizenship. So all of the legal matters are highlighted, and that need to expand your horizons, expand your wings, get yourself out there is so emphasized. So if you feel at that point, if you feel restricted and limited with some aspects of your life, then these eclipses will really stimulate that need to free yourself, especially since Saturn is here. So yes, there is some restriction to feel fully free. And here with the eclipses on Pisces and Virgo, you have an opportunity to liberate yourself and find some more spark in your life. All right, so we discussed Jupiter. Okay, so the final thing is Mars retrograde from December the 6th until January 2025. It starts in Leo at 6 degrees. It ends in Cancer. So it's pretty good. It's happening at the end of the year. We are not disturbed by any Venus retrograde in 2024. Mars retrograde only at the end of the year. So this is actually pretty good. Mars. So yes, so after all these major new beginnings that will take place in your career area, outside world, public life, Mars will be retrograde here. And this is a time when things might slow down in your career. So this isn't a good time, December, to launch any business, any big things connected to your career, because they will either bring delays or delayed feedback, recognition, or perhaps little satisfaction. It's going to be a time when you'll be reviewing your goals, your achievements that you went through, achieved in 2024. At the same time here, Leo, this is your 2nd house, and Cancer, that's your 1st house, of course. So generally anything to do with Martian energy, so that's dynamic and fiery and motivational energy, will be slightly repressed. And perhaps it's a good month to really be conscious with your spendings, with your finances. You'll be reviewing, reassessing your economic situation, financial stability and security. So perhaps December will be a month to slow down, take a deep breath, and perhaps review your goals, achievements, especially as we will move into the new year, because there will be another eclipse in Aries happening in spring. So take this Mars retrograde to truly see what works and what doesn't in your career area, in your financial area, because you will be implementing these changes, ideas as this retrograde ends, and then a couple of months after, there is this final eclipse in Aries, on Aries and Libra axis, as we move away from these energies. Right, so here we go. Thank you very much, Cancers. And let's move into the next sign. Hello, Leos, and welcome to your horoscope for the year 2024. Here, this year, we start with Mercury stationing direct in Sagittarius. So here we will actually have 3 more retrogrades following this event. And most of these retrogrades will be in fire signs. So we've got another one in April from the 1st to the 25th in Aries. Then in August, the 5th to the 28th, it starts at 4 degrees of Virgo. It moves back into Leo, into your rising sign, first house. And the final one will be between the 25th of November and the 15th of December in the sign of Sagittarius. So as you can see, fire energy, and the 1st, the 5th, and the 9th house are especially highlighted. This is all about you, your goals, your objectives, but also anything to do with creative self-expression, your inner child, your purpose, your belief system. So here, your life principles. So all of these qualities and themes will be undergoing a major review. And this is really interesting because you've got the South Node here this year as well in your 3rd house, along with the North Node. In the 9th house, wherever the South Node is present, this is when we move away from certain structures in our life. And this indicates that perhaps you will be moving away from the familiars, from the familiar way of thinking. So your way of thinking, your perspective on life is changing this year. Your outlook on life, the way you communicate, your thinking process as well. There is this major shift going on as well, as you perhaps attract different opportunities this year, as you align with different kind of personalities, as well as you engage in different type of activities, because Jupiter is in your 10th house until the 25th of May. So there is this amazing opportunity for growth, expansion. There is this forward momentum from the 31st of December 2023 until May the 25th. So take advantage of these energies, because Jupiter won't return here for another 12 years. Jupiter in the 10th house in a direct motion can really change the dynamics and help you to grow professionally, as long as you take that first step, as long as you engage in activities that will help you to grow. However, you have to be realistic about your expectations, about how much you can achieve. Because there's also a tendency towards being overly optimistic, especially since Jupiter in Taurus squares your ascendant. So here, staying grounded, consistent, without being too stubborn as well, will help you to really move forward. So take advantage here of these opportunities without, if you can. Now here, the retrogrades in your 1st, 5th, and the 9th house are all about redefining, reviewing, reassessing your goals, your objectives for the future as well. This is all about perhaps redefining your belief system, your life principles as well, healing any misconceptions you may have about yourself. So here, this is an amazing year to regain confidence in the aspects of life that perhaps you lack confidence. It's all about healing that wounded misconceptions here you may have about some of your skills, your qualities. So here, it's a year of empowerment, self-empowerment in many ways, without a doubt. Now here we've got the nodes here in the 3rd and the 9th house with the South Node. As I said, you're moving away from some kind of the ways of your way of communication could be changing. You could be moving away from some connections in your life, people perhaps that no longer align with your reality. So your thinking process is changing, your outlook on life as well this year, and also your communication style. Perhaps you're attracted to experiences, people that can open your mind, open your vision, open your wisdom as well in many ways, because you seek these perhaps grand experiences. You're attracted to experiences, people, situations, opportunities that will help you to grow. You want to grow. You want to grow in a sense that will help you to perhaps move forward with your goals, your dreams. So here we've got 4 eclipses this year. We've got an eclipse in Libra, 2 eclipses in Libra, 1 in Aries and 1 in Pisces. We start with a Libra lunar eclipse on March the 25th. So here that's your 3rd house. It's all about endings, conclusions. Perhaps you'll be ending some projects connected to communication. Perhaps you will be moving away here from some connections, contracts in your life. This could be very much connected to contracts, because the 3rd house rules anything to do with businesses, anything to do with written projects, contracts, documents, or perhaps you'll be completing a course of study. It's all about that shift of energy in your, perhaps connected to your mind, to your thinking process, communication. And remember that Pluto is also here bringing that major transformation in these one-to-one connections, contracts as well. Now here on the 8th of April, there's a solar eclipse in Aries. So here the 9th house, so it's all about reaching your purpose and creating some new beginnings connected to some international business affairs, or perhaps the dynamics that will help you to align with your goals, with your purpose, your objectives. Whatever that you do generally is connected to your career as well. So it helps you to move forward, to move up in your career ladder. It's all about reaching your goals, reaching your objectives, feeling free, independent, and it's all about liberating yourself from any limitations, any limiting beliefs, any limiting situations, people overall. So this could be also connected to a new career related to teaching, to coaching as well. Legal matters are highlighted as well. Right, so the 3rd eclipse will be in September, and this will be in Pisces, a lunar eclipse in your 8th house. So this eclipse will be the very first eclipse on Pisces and Virgo axis that will generally give us a little, perhaps a little preview of what we might, or you might possibly expect to happen in 2025, when the nodes move into this area of life and the eclipses begin to also stimulate these areas of life. It's all about here the dynamics connected to finances, investments as well, money that comes through different sources than your regular income. But very often here, this is connected to change of job, not necessarily with that eclipse, but moving forward, there's this change connected to your income, perhaps a new business, new source of income. Usually during these eclipses, the financial situation improves, so that there's an opportunity for growing financially, for improving your financial stability. But this comes often either with a change of job, or perhaps an advancement, so a promotion, I was going to say promotion, or a new business, or perhaps selling, buying property as well could be highlighted here. And here with a solar eclipse in Libra, this is all about some new and fresh, new beginnings, perhaps based on the endings that you established in March, connected to these contracts, communication as well. So perhaps for some Leos, this could be a new contract, a new business contract, a new project, for example. So yes, you could be starting a new job, you could be signing a new contract at your existing organization. Perhaps you will be setting a new business as well, website, launching your website, marketing plan. So it's all about here related to something connected to these aspects of life here, new connections, new goals. But for many Leos, this will be a new business. This will be a new business partnership, even with Pluto moving into your 7th house, because Pluto will be in Capricorn between the 1st and the 20th of January, and the 1st of September and the 19th of November. But otherwise, it will be in Aquarius. So here we had a little bit of taste here of Aquarian energy Pluto in Aquarius in 2023 between March and June, and now in 2024, Pluto will establish itself. So there's this massive, massive transformation taking place in the dynamics connected to these one-to-one connections. Perhaps your love life, your marriage is moving into a very different phase. This could be about entering a new business partnership. Some relationship will break. This could be very much connected to that rebirth, death and a rebirth situation. Those who have been single for years could finally find the right partner. But the connections that generally you attract, friendships, partnerships in the next 20 years, especially here, I would say the next 10 years at least, because Pluto will be very active here during this phase. And these connections will have a transformative effect on you, on your life, on your goals. So also pay attention, because you will be attracting people who might want to dominate you, who might want to disempower you as well. So there are two sides here of this transit. On the one hand, this could be a very self-empowering transit when you attract people who will make you feel strong and confident. But there is also that other side, that sign that could attract people who might want to overpower you or disempower you or dominate you. So here, especially watch out for any love partners, love connections that you might attract throughout this time. Right. So yes, Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and then we'll move into Gemini. So here there is this massive forward momentum and opportunity to grow in the financial sense, as long as you engage in activities that will help you to align with the right people. Workshops, events, networking events are very beneficial here between January and May, because here universe can help you to attract the right opportunities, individuals, people that will help you to grow, or even that will motivate you. And this will again help you to move into the right path, right direction. Now here, Jupiter, yes, it's all about being grounded, realistic about your goals and expectations, because there is a tendency here with Jupiter squaring your ascendant to be overly optimistic and to set yourself too high expectations, and then perhaps this could result in disappointment if you can't reach these goals. So here, setting realistic goals, especially here in December before you move into this new year, is very essential. Right, so Mars will be retrograde in December until January 2025. It will start here in Leo, and then it will end in Cancer. So if you generally in December the energies will slow down. It's not really a good month for trying to reach some important goals, deadlines. If you can try to do this before December, because December will be all about reviewing, reassessing your goals and your achievements in 2024, and in order to prepare for the new year. So any big vision, any big goals, renovations even, because Mars co-rules your fourth, ideally before, even before November, because in November we will have already the pre-shadow period for this Mars retrograde phase. So if you can, try to reach your objectives by the beginning of November. Any big goals, big vision, try to do so then, because then Mars is the planet. Mars is the planet of drive, motivation, passion, and when Mars is retrograde, it's difficult to achieve goals or our goals and objectives in a straightforward manner. It's often a time when you have to stretch, when there are delays, things might be slightly going in a different direction. So plan carefully and try to reach your objectives by the beginning of November, so that then you can review, reassess, slow down, and prepare carefully for the new year. All right, so finally, Venus won't be retrograde next year. So this is good news. And I think I've covered everything I want to cover in this little preview for 2024. Thank you very much. And let's move to the next sign. Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your preview of 2024. So here this year, actually, as we start the year, Mercury will station direct in the sign of Sagittarius. So here, this is a big deal for you, of course, because Mercury is your chart ruler. So as we begin the year, you will regain that mental clarity and you will begin to implement new ideas or whatever that you perhaps had on your mind throughout December, especially the final days of December. Usually this is when we think about the new year, our goals. It's a fantastic time here, these first days of January, to start to implement these ideas, goals you may have had throughout the retrograde phase, especially since Jupiter will also begin to move forward in your 9th house. There's this forward momentum here, prompting you and pushing you to reach your goals, to align with your purpose, to redefine your life principles, perhaps, or your belief system could also, your outlook on life here could be also changing. You might have this big vision for this new year, 2024. And as we begin the year, it's a really good time for working on your goals to make this year a positive experience. Right. So first of all, we've got 3 retrogrades following Mercury stationing direct on the 1st. So we've got 3 more. And the next one is between the 1st and the 25th of April and in the sign of Aries. Then we've got another one from the 5th until the 28th of August. It starts in Virgo in your sign at 4 degrees and moves back into Leo later. And the final one will be in Sagittarius between the 25th of November and the 15th of December. So as you can see or hear, these are mostly fire signs, a little bit of your sign as well. So you'll be reviewing your goals, objectives, your physical appearance could be also triggered here. Perhaps you'll be changing your style, your hairstyle this year. This could be very much the case. But as we slowly approach here in 2024, the eclipses in Pisces and Virgo, in the second part of this year, you will begin to redefine your outlook on life, your goals as well. But we will get there in a moment. Let's first focus on these retrogrades in the fire signs. So these are your area, first of all, or your 4th house, your 8th house, and your 12th house. So the karmic houses are highlighted. So there is this, I think this transformation is coming here into play, because these are the very sensitive areas of life. Your foundation, your home, emotional life is highlighted. If there's something that doesn't work anymore in your life, in your home, and in your family dynamics, if something needs to change, if something is bothering you, then here, this year, it will become very visible, noticeable. And you will have this inner need to implement the necessary changes to find more comfort, more stability. Because remember, Saturn is in Pisces at the moment until the early weeks of 2026, squaring your 4th house. So I think something may have already come up in the area of home. And with this retrograde in Sagittarius in December this year and next year as well, you will be changing implementing some necessary changes to find more comfort at your home, but also to reach that emotional satisfaction, fulfillment as well. Now, the other retrogrades will be in your 8th house, so you'll be reviewing your finances as well, any investments that you may have, joint and shared resources with your partner. If this is the case for you, if there's some instability, if things need to be perhaps shared differently, managed differently, then this will be also the time in April when you will be implementing these necessary changes, because you will also have an eclipse taking place in this area of life. So overall here, changes in the financial sphere are definitely the case here. And you could be changing jobs this year as well. There's opportunity for growth, expansion, for spreading your wings. Lots of different opportunities this year for you. Right. So first of all, the nodes will remain in Aries and Libra in 2024. So the financial areas. What this means is that because we will have the eclipses as well, so your financial situation is undergoing a certain degree of change. Your income situation, perhaps you'll be changing your jobs, or you will be implementing an additional source of income. Now, here, the dynamics in the shared and joint resources, perhaps you'll be selling, buying, or here implementing changes into how the finances are shared and managed in joint resources. This could be also about receiving support from the government or government scheme, insurance company changes, payouts. This sort of things will be definitely also resonating for some Virgo rising individuals. Right. So yes, we've got the eclipses happening here. The first one will be in Libra, a lunar eclipse on March the 25th. And this eclipse will take place here in your second house. It's a lunar eclipse and on a south node. So the south node brings this need for changing how you manage your money, your financial sphere. Your approach to money, self-worth, self-esteem is also highlighted here. If there's something or someone that lowers your self-esteem, affects it, then here the south node is here to help you to eliminate this blockage. Move away from this obstacle to regain that inner strength, especially since the south node will eventually move you into your first house. So this is when you will be redefining yourself, your identity, your goals on a bigger scale. Right. Now, yes, so it's something in your income area is coming to an end or a change. This could be that you'll be changing your jobs, your positions. Perhaps you want to have your own business, and or you'll be buying, decluttering on a bigger scale. So here, that area of money, resources, finances is undergoing some kind of change, and there's a shift of energy, a culmination as well. Now think about what you did as well 18 months prior this eclipse. So that will be a new moon in Libra sometime in 2022. That will be around October usually. That's when the Libra eclipse new moons take place. So whatever you initiated around that time now will be either coming to an end, or perhaps this could be about moving into the next level. But something will be changing here in these dynamics, because whatever there is, it's outlived its or fulfilled its purpose, and now it's time for endings or for redefining this goal, whether this is a contract, whether this is a business, whether this is some kind of also a possession of yours that you will be getting rid of at this time. Right, so now we've got a solar eclipse in Aries on April the 8th. So a solar eclipse in your 8th house, something big. Well, this could be about an inheritance. This could be about this could be connected to perhaps even a separation, because with Saturn in your 7th house this year, if you are going through a divorce, if you are going through a separation in 2024, then you'll be sharing your resources, possessions with your partner, and this will be also connected here to that the separation, divorce, whatever that is connected to this phase of life. You will be sharing these resources, possessions, and perhaps even selling the property and sharing the money. So this could be the case for some people if Saturn has triggered your area of if Saturn has triggered your area of relationships in a negative sense, then these eclipses on Aries and Libra could be about here separating your finances from your partner's finances. But on a different level, for some, this could be connected to some major investments that you might be involved in. A transformation is often the case. It doesn't mean that you'll be buying, selling, but generally a transformation. There's this major shift when it comes to some deep structures of your life that are undergoing a big change. You could be changing your habits on a bigger scale, healing as well, or you could be becoming a healer yourself. You could be getting engaged or involved in a new career related to accounting or finance, for example. So there is this big change coming up for you without a doubt, because the eclipses on Aries and Libra axis overall are connected to financial changes and changes in the financial area generally. But otherwise, it's also a transformation here on a deeper level, a death and rebirth. So it's a time generally when you will be closing a major phase of your life this year, and as you move into a new and fresh era, so to speak. Now, there's also a Libra solar eclipse on the 2nd of October in your area of the second house. So generally, this year is all about these financial changes that you'll be going through. You could either changing jobs, or perhaps this could be about a new business, additional source of income, selling, buying. So we can't just look at one eclipse with these financial areas being activated. We look at the bigger picture. 2024 is a big year for your money era, and whether this is a change of job or perhaps moving into a different position, here you have an opportunity to improve your finances. Work on your finances and establish that stability, security that perhaps you've been trying to establish for quite some time. And you've got this opportunity to make it happen here in 2024. Now, on the 17th of September, we've got the very first eclipse on Pisces and Virgo axis, and this eclipse will be in your 7th house. So you could be ending a relationship, you could be ending a partnership, and at the same time, this could be a beginning of something very new and fresh as well. Because with a lunar eclipse, it's often we often end one phase of life, but something else comes up. This lunar eclipse will be connected to a new moon that we would have 19 months prior this eclipse, and this would take us some time. Let's say new moon in Pisces. So that would be the new moon we would have in this year, in 2023, a new moon in Pisces in March. So whatever that started in March 2023 would be highlighted during this lunar eclipse in Pisces. And this is when Saturn would have started its transition. So if you experience some issues with your significant other, if this is when this difficult phase started, or perhaps in your business partnership or with your landlord, then, or maybe even if you started like a contract with a certain organization, here, this will be a big review here with the lunar eclipse. You either taking it to the next stage. So it's all about the shift of dynamics, a change of direction, or it's about the end, complete end. A lunar eclipse is a massive event, and it accelerates the timeline. So you either end it or you move it to a different level. Change of direction has to take place. So here the energies of that new moon events that started in March 2023 are either coming to an end or changing direction. It can't be the same. Whatever you started during that March 2023 would have fulfilled its purpose by the time this eclipse arrives in September 2024. And so it's all about connecting this eclipse to the events, and then you will see what this could mean for you. Okay, now what else? We've got Venus will be direct this year, so no drama in the love area. Well, there could be drama, but at least Venus won't add to the drama that you are possibly dealing with, thankfully, or finances, or even relationship connections. So that's a good thing. Mars will be retrograde in December from the 6th of December until January 2024. So here, whatever you're going to achieve this year, make sure you do it by the time November arrives, early November, because at that point, Mars will be in a pre-shadow period. So don't delay anything, don't leave anything to the end of the year, because the energies will slow down, and it will be a good time for reviewing your finances, for looking deeper at your goals, at your past achievements, and prepare for the year 2025. So I discussed the nodes, I discussed Mercury, your ruler, and we've got also Pluto will be in Capricorn between the 1st and the 20th of January and September the 1st, November 19th. But otherwise, Pluto will now start to really, really deeply establish itself in the area of your 6th house. So your daily life, your lifestyle is undergoing a major transformation. It's just the beginning. Lifestyle changes are coming, are highlighted. Your diet, your wellness, your job situation as well, employment. But here, very often with Pluto moving into the 6th house or any major transits, we change our lifestyle, our daily life. We simplify it. But here, Aquarius is connected to these energies that don't really like to stick to that 9 to 5 energy. There's a little bit of that rebellious energy, but also you need flexibility. So maybe if you have been well, maybe if there has been some kind of unfulfillment in your daily life, Pluto is here to demolish literally whatever isn't working, and you're building something new based on your ideas, experiences that you perhaps went through in the recent years. And this is about here, you could be learning new skills as well, improving, updating your skills. You could be becoming vegetarian, pescatarian, your approach to wellness, health, well-being. Perhaps you could be attracted to holistic well-being world, this sort of things. You could become a healer yourself to help others, use your skills to help the humanity. So literally. And overall, yes, lifestyle changes are undergoing a big, massive change here for you. Right. So the final thing is Jupiter. So Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of September, and then it will move into Gemini. And Jupiter will station direct on the 30th, 31st of December. And from the 1st, as we begin the new year, Mercury will be direct, Jupiter direct, massive forward momentum, opportunity to really implementing these new ideas, goals into your life. Jupiter will be in your 9th house. So this could be also when you will be traveling and some really exotic, fun destinations here between January, mid-May for some people, especially if you've been planning this sort of thing, then Jupiter will push you, prompt you to make it happen. This is also about aligning with people who will help you to grow. So it's a good time for engaging in workshops, activities, events, communities, and that will generally have this eye-opening effect upon your life. It's all about this reaching your purpose, redefining your life principles, or realigning your life or life principles, your belief system with who you are becoming today, because you will be changing. You'll be changing on a big scale. It's like a layer of you is going to shift away, and it will kind of be a rebirth. But this is just the beginning of this process. I'm thinking here about the South Node in Virgo, because it's all about moving away, taking away from ourselves. Not literally, but in a spiritual sense, energetic sense, and living what you need, what is necessary. And I think this is really exciting. So next year, from the 25th of May until 2025, Jupiter will be in your 10th house, and you can really, really grow. So if you want to, I think if you really feel like you want to grow in your career, then next year is the year to do it, because you've got Jupiter in your 9th house in a forward motion. It's a good time for learning, for studying, for engaging in activities that will help you to grow professionally. Because whatever that you do during the transits in the 9th house help you to grow in your career. And then when Jupiter comes into your 9th house, make sure you are realistic. Make sure you set yourself realistic goals that you can achieve, so achievable goals. Don't set too high expectations. Of course, be optimistic and ambitious, but sometimes Jupiter can make us overly ambitious, and we set so many goals, and if we don't reach them, then we are disappointed with ourselves, and we think like we let ourselves down, but it's not the case. Sometimes Jupiter has this negative effect upon us, especially since it will square your Virgo ascendant. So here, stay grounded. and realistic, and then you can really, really reach the stars. It could be an amazing, magical year for you. All right, so here we go, Virgos. Thank you very much. And let's move into the next sign. Hello, Libras, and welcome to your preview of 2024. So we start the year with Mercury stationing direct in Sagittarius at 22 degrees on the 1st. And this is like a forward momentum, because as we end 2023, the year 2023, Jupiter will also station direct. So here from the 1st of January, things are finally starting to move forward. So that mental clarity, lack of clarity, mental confusion is not going to be the case anymore as we move into the new year. So it's a good time for implementing any ideas, goals that you may have had throughout December into your life. Now, the following retrogrades here will be between the 1st and the 25th of April in the sign of Aries, Mercury retrograde. Then there will be another one between the 5th and the 28th of August in Virgo, and then in Leo. So it starts in Virgo, it moves into Leo. And the final one will be between the 25th of November and the 15th of December in the sign of Sagittarius. So similar energies here to that December 2023 retrograde. So as you can see, mostly fire houses, fire signs, which is the 3rd in your case scenario, the 7th and the 11th. So you see a similar theme here taking place. This is relationships are highlighted. So it's a big year for you. Here, Mercury retrograde will make you review, reassess the connections you have in your life. So friendships and partnerships, there will be a major review going on. And people who no longer align with your persona, with who you are becoming, have become, or with your principles, then you will see that people will start to move away from your life. And this will be a natural process. It will just appear that perhaps you don't have much in common anymore with certain individuals. Perhaps this could be connected to their circumstances changing, but often here with so many retrogrades here, Mercury retrogrades in the area of these social activities, this is often the case when there's this major shift, and you will start to connect with different kind of people as you begin to review, reassess the connections you have in your life. The universe will attract different kind of individuals into your life as well. So this brings us to the eclipses and the nodes, because of course we are in the middle of the eclipses and the nodes in the 6th and 7th in the 1st house. So there are changes in these one-to-one connections, without a doubt. On the one hand, you as a person are changing. So you are perhaps, this could be connected to your lifestyle changes, to your physical appearance, to your style, to your objectives, goals. Here with the South Node is eliminating everything that doesn't belong in your life, anything that doesn't align with your energies. So there's this major shift of energies, transformation going on in your area of the self. And this is the influence here still in 2023. It has already started this year in 2023. It will be moving forward into 2024. At the same time, with the North Node in your 7th house, this is connected to new people entering your life. Wherever the North Node is present, things just happen easier. So the universe is attracting the people into your life who will help you to align with your purpose, who will help you to direct you onto the right path. So there could be lots of interesting people that enter your life in 2024. People with whom you have similar interests, similar goals. It's a really lovely transit. When I had the North Node transiting my 7th house, I met a lot of interesting people with whom I'm still in touch with, and who these are a very different kind of connections. Actually, these people are connected, or these individuals will be connected to your purpose, to where you are supposed to be heading. So they help you, these connections help you to generally follow your path, the right path. And with that in mind, we've got 4 eclipses this year. We start with a lunar eclipse in Libra on March the 25th. And then we'll have a solar eclipse in Aries on March the 8th. And interestingly, during that eclipse in Aries, we will have Mercury retrograde as well in Aries. Right, so here, this is some major new beginnings here in your relationships area. So on the one hand, for some Libra rising, this could be the beginning of a new relationship. Overall here, the eclipses in the seventh house, they often really change the whole dynamics, and this often indicates marriage, engagement, new relationship as well. Even if you end a relationship, there's a likelihood that you will meet someone else, you will attract someone else, because there's such a strong energetical push that this is an opportunity to really change your life here in this area of life. So this area of life, more specifically, relationships are really, really emphasized here. So here, next year, we've got the solar eclipse in Aries, and here this could be about some major new beginnings. Now, if you are already in a happy relationship, then this could be about a new partnership, a new friendship, a new contract as well, a new work contract, for example. But there is this here, this massive energetical push, and at the same time, this is also connected to the solar eclipse where the North Node is present. Lots of lovely energies here. Now, a lunar eclipse in the first house, it means that something is coming to an end here, connected to your personal life. On the one hand, you could be ending a contract, but it looks like you will be redefining yourself, your identity, your goals, your style. A lot of endings as well to your goals. And as you begin new things come up into your life. There will be lots of closures, endings. You'll be shifting away, changing direction as well. Really, really interesting energies. If you feel like there's something that bothers you in your appearance, then the eclipses here will make it more visible, more noticeable, and help you to perhaps make a plan and fix whatever needs to be fixed. If it's your skin that is affecting your self-esteem, but perhaps you will find a way, the right products to fix certain skin issues. If you have want to fix your teeth, then perhaps you'll have braces. And so that's what I did when I had the eclipse, the South Node in my first house, along with the eclipses, or something else. Something else, if you feel like you always wanted to learn a foreign language, for example, and then this can happen next year because Jupiter will be in your ninth house. So if there's something that's really, that kind of bothers you in your life or affects your self-worth, self-esteem, or blocks that ability to move forward with specific goals, then this is the year to take action here. Cardinal energy, Libra, you are able to go for it if you truly believe in it. Now, here we will have another solar eclipse. We have a solar eclipse in Libra. So as you end a certain phase in your life with that Libra lunar eclipse connected to some new beginnings that occurred in October 2022, or perhaps if you move to the next stage with this goal idea, whatever it is, here we've got a solar eclipse in Libra in October, some major new beginnings for you. So as you will be moving away, shifting away from some goals, people, habits, routines, an eclipse in Libra at the end of the year will help you to start something brand new. Now, at the same time, on September the 17th, we've got a lunar eclipse in Pisces. And this eclipse is connected to the new moon in Pisces we had back around March 2023. So something is coming to culmination in your area of work, everyday life, everyday routine, employment, or perhaps something that you've been working on since then is just, it's fulfilled its purpose, and now it's time to take it to the next life level, to the next stage. It's not always about endings. It's sometimes connected to a certain project, goal, idea reaching its fulfillment or purpose, and then we move it into the next stage, into the next level. So this is interesting because this eclipse will also act as a little preview of what you may possibly expect to happen in 2025 when the nodes move into this area of life. And of course, Saturn has been here since March the 7th, 2023. Saturn is preparing you. So it's helping you to build that solid and grounding foundation with Pisces on the 6th house cusp. And sometimes it's very difficult to be organized in daily life and build that structure or consistency, stability. Saturn is here to help you to be consistent to whatever that you commit to also eliminate whatever you don't need in your life, to watch your health, to be more disciplined with certain tasks at work in your daily life. So here, the eclipses and the nodes will further illuminate these areas of life or change these dynamics. Right, so Venus will not station retrograde this year. Happy news for you, because that's your ruler. Mars will be retrograde from December the 6th until January 2025. It will start in Leo and in Cancer. So that's your area of friendships and career. If you want to achieve any significant goals, if you have any plans connected to your career, make sure that you commit to them and you reach these goals by the time November arrives, because in November we will have the pre-shadow period. Mars is a planet of drive, action, motivation. So when Mars is retrograde, all of this slows down. It's difficult to reach our goals. There are usually delays, frustration. So don't leave anything significant until the end of the year, because there is so much happening for you, Libras. I think these eclipses here, March, April, will be really, really busy and dynamic for you. A lot will be happening here. And then again in October. So use these months to really work on your goals, on whatever that you want to achieve, and then leave the end of the year to prepare for the new year. And Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and then it will move into Gemini. So here, this is your area of Taurus, the area of transformation on a bigger scale, the area of perhaps, well, of course, it's inheritance and money that come through different sources in our regular income. So this could mean that you'll be getting money through any investments, or you could be getting refunds, or this could be about also some increased opportunity for commission, for a good commission, for some bonuses, especially when Jupiter stations direct on the 30th, 31st of December. And then it will be in a direct motion in Taurus until the 25th of May, at which point it will move into your ninth house. So here, the first 4.5 months are really good for dedicating your energies into generally healing yourself, improving your lifestyle, here with Jupiter, but also this could be connected to some financial gains through partnerships, through perhaps some investments as well. And finally, Pluto will be in Capricorn this year between the 1st and the 20th of January, and also between the September the 1st, November 19th, and otherwise it will be in Aquarius. It will start to establish itself properly in the sign of Aquarius. So here there could be this massive transformation in the area of love and romance. And at the same time, it seems like there could be also some major transformative experiences for children. Perhaps they will be getting married, having children, or changing their careers. But it looks like your approach to romance and love will be taking a very different turn here next year, especially since you've got the North Node in Aries and also the eclipses influencing these areas of life. So lots of interesting events here taking place. But overall here, I think you'll be also, this will be with Pluto in the 5th house, your approach to fun and spontaneity will change as well. And perhaps you will crave a very different lifestyle once Pluto establishes itself properly in Aquarius. But here, thank you very much. And let's move into the next sign. Hello, Scorpios, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming year, 2024. And we start the year with Mercury stationing direct in Sagittarius at 22 degrees. And also Jupiter moving in a forward motion in Taurus. And there's this forward momentum and opportunity to implement all the ideas and the goals that you may have come up with throughout December. And as we begin a new year, it's a great moment to take action. So here we've got a busy year. We continue with the nodes in Aries and Libra. We've got a few retrogrades, Mercury retrogrades as well. So here the first one ends on the 1st of January. Then we've got another one in April between the 1st and the 25th in the sign of Aries. And then there will be another one in Virgo and then in Leo between the 5th and the 28th of August, and the final one will be between the 25th of November and December the 15th in the sign of Sagittarius. So here, that area of Sagittarius needs a little bit of major review in 2023 and then again in 2024. So that's your finances are going under a great review along with your career and work, employment, lifestyle as well. So I think this could be about some changes concerning how your business operates. If you have your own business, if you're self-employed, so you will be implementing the structure of your business is changing, how you deliver perhaps your services. Something is undergoing, something needs to be shifted and changed here in this regard. Or if you are employed for an organization, then this could mean that you will be, perhaps there could be changes in your organization. Perhaps this could be about additional training as well that we will require. And overall, this could be also connected to perhaps increase in your income, or it could be completely changing your job. This is very much the case because we also have the nodes transiting your 6th and the 12th house along with the eclipses. So there is this shift of energy happening in these areas of life. The lifestyle changes, daily routine is undergoing some major shift. So something outlived, fulfilled its purpose, and now you're moving into a slightly different reality. Right, so here the retrogrades will be in fire signs mainly this year. So you will be reviewing that financial area. If there's some kind of dissatisfaction, then you will be finding ways to improve your economic situation, the financial stability and security as well. You'll be redefining your dietary choices, your lifestyle as well. There's some kind of imbalance here again. Then here, these retrogrades and the eclipses will help you to implement the necessary and healthy changes as well. Right, so Mars will be retrograde, your co-ruler, at the end of the year from the 6th of, let me just double check, I'm telling you the 6th, yes, the 6th of December until January 2025. So here, if you want to reach any specific goals, do so until November, because from November we'll have a pre-shadow period for Mercury, and then Mercury will be, Mars, and then Mars will be retrograde from December until January. So usually when Mars is retrograde, it's difficult to motivate oneself to reach substantial goals, and this can just create frustration. If you have to change direction, if you have to change your plan, so it's better to generally reach all the goals that you set for yourself, or perhaps any plans you may have connected to your career and connected to your work, employment, some specific goals, hopes, desires you may have until the early days of November. Right, so Venus will not be retrograde this year. Happy days, good news. Pluto, your ruler, modern ruler, will be establishing itself in Aquarius. It will be in Capricorn between the 1st and the 20th of January, and from September the 1st until November the 19th. But otherwise, it will be in the sign of Aquarius. So we had a little bit of a taste of Pluto in Aquarius energy between March and June 2023. And here, this in 2024, Pluto will still be moving back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius, but it will begin to establish itself fully and completely as we end the year 2024. This is your home area, your emotional safety, security. Many Scorpio rising individuals will be or have been relocating, moving to a different area, selling, buying, moving. But also there are changes happening in the emotional sense, emotional level. So there is this massive shift of energy. And this is a slow process. This is definitely a slow process. And this is definitely connected to that emotional side. You could be also healing. There's a lot of healing, a lot of memories coming back from the past as well to the surface, things you need to work with, things you need to overcome in the emotional sense as well. So there's a lot of opportunity for healing with this transit, without a doubt. But also here, this transit is really prompting for establishing that solid foundation and that emotional fulfillment in the area of home. If there is dissatisfaction, then you will be working on reaching that life satisfaction in here in this very, very sensitive area of life. Right, so I discussed this transit more in depth in a separate video, so you can watch it. I'll link it in the description box down below this video. Now, here we've got Jupiter will be in Taurus until May 25th, and then it will move into Gemini from the 25th of May until the end of the year into 2025. So Taurus, this is your 7th house. So here, as Jupiter will regain its strength towards the beginning of January, and then it will stay in this area of life until mid-May. This will be an amazing time for generally for getting engaged in some activities that will help you to align yourself with like-minded individuals. So perhaps workshops, events, or any group activities will be really beneficial for you during this time, because you can really attract some interesting connections. So it's not a time to hide away, but rather to be involved in the social life, on the social scene, not all the time, but at least when there is an opportunity. Here, Jupiter will help you generally to attract or to meet some interesting people, without a doubt. It doesn't have to be like loads, but a couple that with whom you can really expand your your life on the one hand, but also with whom you can expand your horizons. So there are really expansive opportunities here with Jupiter in the 7th house, when you can generally meet some really, really interesting people with whom you might work, collaborate, or enter into a partnership. So there is some kind of mutually beneficial goal you could be working on with another person here in this first 4.5 months of the year. But also this could be about meeting a potential partner. And if you do, then this could be someone who comes from a different culture, country to yours, someone who perhaps is a teacher, someone who enjoys traveling, someone who enjoys learning, studying, and so on. Here, we've got also the nodes. The nodes will be in Aries and Libra this year. And we've got 4 eclipses, 2 eclipses in Libra, 1 in Aries, 1 in Pisces. We start with a lunar eclipse in Libra on March the 25th in your 12th house. Then we've got an eclipse in Aries, a solar eclipse. And here, I think with this eclipse, it's definitely connected on the one hand to some changes or some new beginnings in the area of work and employment. So if you've been unemployed for quite some time, or if you've been looking for a job, or if you're looking to change, then here April could be a really turning point for you, when you will be starting a new role, especially since Jupiter will be in a direct motion. So this is also connected to these one-to-one connections, a new contract, for example, an interview. And here the eclipse in Aries in April could be about starting a new job, a new employment, or perhaps a new business, and you could be launching a major service product on your website through your business as well. But here with this eclipse, this is something about where you can implement a little bit of that driven, passionate energy here with that Aries influence. So it's all about independent work. Perhaps you will have to reach this goal connected to this eclipse through your own efforts, by perhaps doing your own research, your own preparation. But at the same time, this is connected to, here again, lifestyle changes, new exercise regime. I'm going to tell you from my own experience that these eclipses and the nodes, apart from me changing into a very different scenery, I completely changed my life in a way that I do jogging pretty much every day now on the way to school and back. I changed my style, like I wear like leggings, like a sport leggings, and breathable clothes. And my diet changed. So it's something that, like, honestly, when I lived in London many years ago, I would never want to wear trainers. I had a very different style. And then I moved into the country. So I bought boots, wellies, for the first time in my life because it was so muddy. And here now I'm by the seaside and I'm wearing all these sport clothes and breathable clothes. It's quite incredible, and it's really staying fit and doing lots of exercises as well on a daily basis. So here see how this plays out for you. But I think with that Aries energy being so triggered, influenced here, there's a lot of physical energy that needs to be released. So exercising actually is really beneficial here during the nodes, the north node transiting in the 6th house, along with the eclipses triggering, because in 2026, we will have, or already I think in 2025, we'll have Saturn moving here. And this will be a transit that will make us work very hard. Daily responsibilities will increase on a bigger scale. So if we can prepare now with the nodes and eclipses and to get ourselves fit, it will be much easier to deal with that Saturn in the 6th house transit, especially also from the health point of view. So yes, and with the Libra lunar eclipse here, you'll be moving away from some unhealthy habits, redefining your goals and your dreams, and perhaps you'll be healing any difficulties, or perhaps anything to do with anxiety, worry, this sort of things. So you could be doing yoga, meditation, or perhaps anything to do with holistic well-being, lifestyle. This sort of things here are definitely resonating with these south and the north node and the eclipses in this area of life or areas. And then we've got the lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 17th of September. So we will get a little taste of what the following eclipses in 2025 will be like, because they will influence the area of the 5th and the 11th. So during that time, here's this could be very much connected to childbirth, conception, when the eclipses take place here. This could be also about some major turnover when it comes to your hobbies, interests, and your business. At the same time, your social circle will change. So some friends will move away from your life, and new friends will come in their place. So you will have a little flavor of what this could be or mean for you more personally when the Pisces eclipse occurs. And this will also trigger whatever Saturn has already initiated since September the 7th, 2023. Now, the final eclipse will be in Libra on the 2nd of October. And this eclipse will be a solar eclipse. So it's some new beginnings here. Work from behind the scene. Here again, healing, working on oneself, self-discovery, self-improvement. And since it's a south node solar eclipse, so something will eclipse out from your life. And this could be that perhaps your mindset might change. You could move away from a friendship, from a group of people, perhaps. It's generally connected to moving away from something that generally negatively contributes into your life. And as you evolve and then grow internally and spiritually here, it's all about shifting away from these negative energies here. But right, so I think that's what I've got for you, Scorpios. I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover in this little preview. I've done Jupiter. Yes, Jupiter will be in Gemini from the 25th of May until the end of the year into 2024. So this can really help with any payouts through commissions, investments, bonuses. This can also mean that you can gain financially through any partnerships and business contracts, or if you join forces with other people. This positively influences your intimate life as well. Jupiter brings that abundant energy and expansion as well. But this is also connected to inheritance. So generally money that comes through different sources than a regular income is really emphasized here, and there could be financial gains that you may also benefit from. But this influence will be especially strong between the 25th of May until November, because at that point we will have Jupiter stationing retrograde. I'm not sure if I already covered that, but Mars will be retrograde in December and into 2025. So yes, anything that you want to achieve, any goals you want to reach, especially those related to your career, professional life growth, development, life purpose, then try to do so until November, because then we've got a pre-shadow period for Mars and then a retrograde phase, and things will generally slow down, and it's your co-ruler as well. So keep that in mind. But overall, thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming year, a preview for 2024, a very busy and active year. So here, as we begin the year, Mercury will regain its strength. It will move in a forward motion from the 1st of January at 22 degrees of Sagittarius. So this is really good news because it's, of course, your rising sign. So here, communication and overall that mental confusion will drift away. And here with Jupiter also, your ruler stationing direct, it's a forward momentum. It's a time when things will finally start to move forward in the right direction, a time of some interesting opportunities coming to you as we begin the new year. So here, apart from this retrograde at the very beginning of the year, we will also have 3 other retrogrades, Mercury retrogrades. There is one in Aries between the 1st and the 25th of April. Then we've got one in that starts in Virgo and it ends in Leo between the 5th and the 28th of August. And the final one will be in Sagittarius, yet again in your sign between the 25th and of November and December the 15th. So it's quite interesting because, of course, when Saturn is in Pisces, it squares your Sagittarius ascendant and the other placements you may have in Sagittarius. So there could be some obstacles, frustration as well, and maybe the feeling that you're not sure which direction you are going, whether you're going the right direction in your life, whether something needs to change. Are you following your purpose and goals and your objectives? Are you living the life that you want, or perhaps that something needs to be readjusted? And here the retrogrades in your first house are here to help you to slow down and think deeply and carefully about what is it that you want to achieve in your life moving forward. What is it that you need to do to fix certain blockages and anything that holds you back? Now, the other retrogrades in Aries and Leo, here, these are all in fire houses. So your first house is highlighted, your 5th house, your 9th house. So what this means is that this year you'll be reviewing, reassessing your goals, your ambitions, your skills, your talents. If there is something or someone blocking that self-expression or that ability to express your creative urges, then this is also a good year for implementing the healthy and necessary changes. It is the year of self-discovery, self-improvement, and generally it's a good year for liberating yourself from anything that makes you feel restricted in your life, or anything or anyone that makes you feel limited in your life as well. Now, the nodes will carry on in Aries and Libra this year, along with the eclipses. Aries, this is your 5th house and your 11th house. So here, this changes in the friendship area. And also you will be redefining and changing your parenting style. Your children might be going through some life-changing events as well. Perhaps they will be changing school, moving out into university, getting married. So this sort of dynamics are highlighted, but also this could be about having these important conversations concerning parenting or conception, having children as well. So you could be giving birth during these year 2024, without a doubt, with the North Node transiting over your 5th house. This is also a time when you could be starting a new business, a new hobby. It's a really good year for doing so, especially with the Mercury retrogrades allowing you or prompting you to look deeper at your objectives and at your goals as well. So here, major endings and major new beginnings in the area of friendships, groups, but also anything to do with your lifestyle choices, anything to do also with your hobbies and interests as well. So we will have an eclipse in Libra, a lunar eclipse in Libra in your 11th house, and a solar eclipse in Aries in your 5th house as we begin the year in March and April. So in March, a lunar eclipse, in April, the solar eclipse. So this could be about you either perhaps ending a certain connection, friendship in your life. It could be redefining some of your goals, desires for the future. But at the same time, it could be also some dynamics, changes in dynamics connected to your social circle. Here, this is really, really emphasized here. The South notice here until the early weeks of 2025. So there is still that energy that makes you perhaps move away from certain connections in your life as you perhaps reestablish yourself in a new environment. For example, or perhaps as you attract different kind of individuals' energies into your life, or you decide who you want to keep in your life and who perhaps doesn't no longer belong, for example. But this is also connected to your vision, to your hopes and dreams. Perhaps these are changing as well. And with the solar eclipse in your 5th house. So yes, this could be very much connected to having children or planning a family life and some major new beginnings in your children's life as well. As I said earlier, this is also about you starting a major hobby, and something that Jenny could help you to heal your inner child, something that could help you to express yourself. If you feel like something or someone is blocking that ability to express yourself creatively, then this year could be a breaking point for you when you will be releasing this energy and starting something exciting in your life. Or perhaps you could be also starting a new business, without a doubt, here with these energies. Right. So, and then in October and September, we will have we'll have a solar eclipse in Libra in October. So that's your 11th house. So this could be very much connected to a new friendship, new social circle, for example, but it could be also joining a group, a community. And this could be a pretty much a life-changing event. It's not like a little event for you to just perhaps to go to some local one-off workshop. It's something that will likely change the dynamics of your life. So perhaps a new interesting connection, or perhaps you'll be joining a specific group that would have a long-term effect upon your routine, upon your life, for instance. Now, we will also have the first eclipse in Pisces, and these eclipses will properly begin in 2025 when the nodes shift into Pisces and Virgo. We have a lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is connected to the new moon we had in March 2023. So something that you started around that March in your area of home and family, domestic life dynamics is now coming to light, is highlighted here. And this is when you will be either redefining this idea goal. Perhaps this could also steer an idea or a need to relocate, to move, to sell your house. But this is just a little taste of what the eclipses in Pisces and Virgo could mean for you, because you will be going through career, professional life growth and changes on a big scale, because usually the eclipses really, really help us to progress quite significantly when they activate our 10th house. So this influence will be especially felt in 2025. But here the Pisces eclipse, the lunar eclipse, could bring something into light, perhaps an opportunity, without a doubt, connected to your new employment. But at the same time, because you will have Jupiter in Gemini as well at that point of contracts. So this could be about the new employment for some people, but this could be also about, as I said, a major renovation, a relocation, for example, selling, buying as well. This sort of dynamics will be highlighted here for you, because you will be seeking that emotional fulfillment and satisfaction here as we move into 2025. Right, so here Mars will be retrograde from the 6th of December until January 2025. So here Mars is the planet connected to our drive, inner courage, passion, motivation, anger. And when Mars is retrograde, it's difficult to achieve our goals, to motivate ourselves, and to find that inner strength to deal with certain aspects of our life. So any major projects, ambitious projects you want to achieve this coming year, try to complete them, or at least initiate them before November, because once November begins, Mercury will enter its pre-shadow period, and then in December it will be a much better time to rather deal with whatever that you want to initiate and move forward with in 2025, rather than start something brand new and perhaps see that things are not moving in the right direction. Perhaps you have to change your schedule and delay it, and it could just create frustration. So if you can try to launch any big projects here, especially in the first quarter of 2024, when all the planets will be moving in a direct motion until the very end of March, from the 27th, 28th of January. All right, so that's here the notes, the eclipses. We discussed the Mercury retrograde, Mars. Venus will not be retrograde this year, so happy days and good news. And Jupiter, yes, Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th. As I said earlier, it will station direct at the very end of December, and in January it will regain its strength, move in a forward motion. So you'll see things will move forward for you. It could be a pretty beneficial time, especially if you experienced some setbacks with that Saturnian square energy here, the second part of 2023. Here, Jupiter moving in a forward motion. Here, there's a forward momentum. You're moving forward with your specific goals, ideas, and this could also benefit anything to do with work, employment, your business, and health, well-being. Overall is really emphasized. There's this expansive energy that could really help you to attract interesting opportunities, possibilities your way. Perhaps you'll be also improving or working on some skills that you could then use in your career, work, business of your choice as well. So really, a really positive energy. Something to watch out for is your dietary choices. And here Jupiter is generally stimulates cravings connected to saucy and fatty foods. And here with Jupiter could also stimulate that imbalance. And when it comes to the weight, something to look out for as well. So this transit, but other than that, here with Jupiter, it's essential to be grounded and to have clear goals and expectations of yourself, so that you don't extend yourself or set yourself too high expectations, and then perhaps you won't be able to fulfill all of them because of perhaps other things happening in your life. So here, clear goals and realistic expectations while you stay grounded. Right, so Jupiter will be in Gemini from the 25th of May, and this is the area of your 7th house. Until November, it will be in a direct motion, a really fantastic time when it comes to business partnerships, collaborations. This will be also when you will attract at least one interesting connection into your life, someone with whom you could grow perhaps a business idea, a friendship. Generally, during this transit, you attract people who have an expansive and a positive impact upon your life, people who enjoy traveling, people who enjoy learning, studying, people who are versatile. And I think this will be also the focus of your time. The second part of 2024 will be also, there will be a lot about relationships for you, partnerships, unions, connections. And this can also mean that your relationship will flourish. So you can have, you will be thinking a lot about the future when it comes to your love life. Or any partnership, because Jupiter and Sagittarius here often likes to plan things, wants to be one step ahead. So with Jupiter transiting your 7th house, you could see yourself making some interesting or setting some interesting goals with your significant other, or perhaps this could be about having some really lovely foreign trip with your significant other as well. Pluto will be in Capricorn from January the 1st until the 20th, and also from September the 1st until November the 19th. And otherwise it will be in Aquarius. It will be establishing itself properly from the very end of 2024 permanently. This is your 3rd house. So generally, this is about major lifestyle changes in your community, into how you communicate. There is a shift of that mental energy. And during generally in the upcoming years, you will see that your research skills will become really profound. Your intuition will be really strong. And it's an amazing time for studying something of a very deep and profound nature. If you enjoy studying, you could become more suspicious as well while Pluto transits Aquarius. This transit will also give you the ability to get to the root of any problem. You will be able to spot anyone lying to you. So there is this massive intuition that comes into play, and also that ability to detect lie and from truth, or truth from lie. Your mindset will likely change. There's this massive shift of energy, and you could be studying something of a very profound and deep nature. There's this also strong and compulsive urge to find out information about a specific item or situation, event. You will see that you will be doing a lot of research during this time, getting a lot of information about. If something catches your attention, then you will want to know everything about it. But Pluto in Aquarius will help you to find the right sources, but it will also, you will become really curious. And actually, there aligns pretty well with your Sagittarius ascendant, because Sagittarius likes to learn and have a wide knowledge about certain or various aspects of life. Right, so here we go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Capricorns, and welcome to your preview of 2024. We start with Mercury stationing direct in Sagittarius on the 1st of January, and also a couple of days before this event, Jupiter will station direct in Taurus. So here there is this forward momentum taking place, an opportunity for implementing positive changes into your life as the year begins. That mental cloudiness or lack of clarity that you may have experienced here in the final 2 weeks of December, especially with these Mercury retrograde, is going to shift away. So here we start with things moving forward, finally. Now, as we move forward, we'll also have 3 more Mercury retrogrades, and they will be mainly in your fire houses. First to the 25th of April in Aries, 5th of the until the 28th of August. It started in Virgo and in Leo. And also we've got the final one from the 25th of November until the 15th of December in the sign of Sagittarius. So here the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th house are especially highlighted here. So here you'll be reviewing your home situation this year, especially here since we've got the eclipse happening in April, a solar eclipse as this Mercury occurs. So if there is some dissatisfaction, disharmony at your home, then this year you'll be prompted to implement the necessary changes to find more comfort, to build more structure and stability in this area of life. At the same time, the 8th house is activated, so perhaps it will be reassessing, reviewing your finances, but here any debts, loans you may have, mortgage and investment. So it's all about being careful with how you invest your money, but at the same time, how much profit you get from your investments, from any shares, from interest rates if you have money saved up in your saving account as well. But at the same time, this is also when you'll be clearing away, moving away from some negative energies, habits, anything that generally affects you in a negative sense, in a negative way. Now here, Jupiter will be moving in a direct motion here as we begin the year as well. It will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and later it will move into Gemini. So here, Taurus, this is your 5th house with Jupiter moving forward in Taurus. This improve your work prospects, but here, especially if you are self-employed, if you have your own business, this could be a time of growth. Now, this will also, excuse me, positively influence your relationship with your children. And at the same time, for some Capricorns rising, this could be also when you will have a child, conceive, or have these important conversations concerning family planning, especially since you've got also these major influences here in your 4th house, especially around April. Now, here with Jupiter in the 5th, you just want to, it's all about seeking adventurous experiences and having or finding more fun and pleasure, entertainment in your life. Now, at the same time, when Jupiter moves into Gemini, this will create opportunities for work and employment-related matters. This could mean that you will either start a job abroad, or perhaps this could be about a job and opportunity connected to perhaps business trips or something that generally would make you travel. So a role that would be make you travel, or perhaps this is all about also finding some kind of project or a role that will involve a certain degree of expansion when it comes to skills, opportunities, perhaps working on a global international scale as well. This could be the case here that Jupiter energy is always connected to growth, but at the same time, it's all about these increased opportunities, something that generally liberates you from the daunting routine that perhaps you may have entered in the last months or year. So here we've got Jupiter in the second part of 2024 in your work and employment, everyday routine area. And also the eclipses will be stimulating your career area. There will be major endings as we start the year and major new beginnings as we end the year with a lunar eclipse in your 10th house and a solar eclipse later on. Right, so here this takes us to the nodes. The nodes will remain in Aries and Libra this year. The South Node will be in the 10th house in Libra and the North Node in your 4th. So wherever the South Node is present, this is a time of clearing away. This is where these major changes are necessary. It's when there is this shift, change of a job, change of career, change of responsibilities. It's the time has come for you to implement some adjustments here in this area of life, because it looks like you have fulfilled your purpose in the career that you've been growing for quite some time, and now it's either time to move away, to change, or perhaps to learn, update your skills, so that to ensure that you are growing, to ensure that you are moving forward. Here, Jupiter in the 6th house will give you opportunity for expanding your skills, social connections, and also to grow in the career sense. So this is a great year for moving up in your career ladder. So here, if this is what you want to do, the next year is the year for doing so. Now, at the same time, here we've got the North Node in your 4th. So this suggests that this is generally a luckier time, when it's easier growing your home base and building that home security and emotional security comes easier. And there will be opportunities that will help you to follow the right path. The North Node is where we are supposed to be heading. The South Node sucks the energies away from us and forces, stimulates a change. Whereas the North Node, it's kind of like things are falling in the right place. But having said that, you could be relocating, you could be moving, renovating as well, something big, because it's not just about replacing your fridge, for example. It's about something bigger is coming up here, a solar eclipse here in Aries. And this is when Mercury will be retrograde as well. So as you review, reassess your home dynamics here, something you're establishing, building something new, something that is connecting you to your path, something that will have a big impact upon your life, family life, domestic life as well. Right, so the final eclipse here on Aries and Libra in 2024 will be in Libra. It will be a solar eclipse. So here with the lunar eclipse in Libra in March, this will be about some endings, conclusions, something that perhaps you started in October 2022 might be coming to light, to the surface. You could be moving away, you could be taking it to the next level, depending on your circumstances, but this could be very much connected to you leaving a job, moving to a different job, or being promoted, you could be launching your business, for example. But here there is this shift that is taking place. And at the same time, we've got a solar eclipse in Aries. So it's all about finding this healthy balance as well between your home and career life, because there will be lots of general events happening here. And this is a time to generally take action as per the cardinal energy. Now, the eclipse in October, on the other hand, will be in Libra, and that will be a solar eclipse. So as you go through some major endings, conclusions, then there is a big new beginnings, a fresh energy as you move away from something that fulfilled its purpose here in your career area. And at the same time, you could be getting engaged and married next year, because this is also the area of your public image. So whenever whenever we get married, engaged, this also changes our outside persona. So we become a wife, a fiance. Or perhaps if this is about the end of a relationship, and it means that perhaps your partner is moving out or you're moving out, then this also changes these major dynamics at your home and your status as well. So it's all about here, whatever that you are going through, this is how things will play out in your life, depending on your circumstances. But also in September, we'll have the very first eclipse in Pisces. So here, Pisces and Virgo will be especially activated in 2025. In September 2024, we will get a little flavor of what we may possibly expect to happen in 2025. So this is also interesting because this eclipse will be in Pisces here in September, and it will be a lunar eclipse connected to the new moon we had in March 2023. So this year that is almost coming to an end. And next year, you will be dealing with some situations, events, themes that were present in March 2023, especially if you have any planets around here, the degree of the eclipse that it will be activated. But here, that Piscean energy is all about here communication, signing new documents, but also this often connects to a move, a relocation. Perhaps you'll be moving abroad for work-related matters, for life, because you will be craving lifestyle changes. It's all about freeing yourself from any heavy baggages, restrictions, limitations. But this is tomorrow, 2025. Here in 2024, is still working on your home-related matters, career. Perhaps you're thinking about relocating at this point already abroad. And here, this eclipse in Aries and Libra next year, the eclipses will be about you selling as you move forward into a very different life phase. But here, the eclipses on Pisces and Virgo are often connected to a relocation, change of scenery, change of community as well. But it's about also releasing these heavy and restricting energies. So if there is something or someone that restricts you in your life or feels restricting, then here the eclipses in Virgo and Pisces will help you to free yourself from these themes, people, events. Right, so Mars will be retrograde from December the 6th until January 2025. It will start in Leo, it will end in Cancer. So here, whatever that you want to achieve or reach in 2024, try to do that by the end of October, because as we begin November, Mars will start its pre-shadow period. Things will slow down. So Mars is connected to that drive or motivation, passion, courage. If Mars is retrograde, this energy is repressed. It's difficult to reach substantial goals. There are delays, frustrations. So here, any big goals, don't delay them until the last minute. At the same time here, we've got also a good, this December will be a good time next year for slowing down, reassessing your goals, objectives, achievements, so that you prepare well for the next year, the following year. Now, Venus will not be retrograde next year, so that's really great. And finally, we've got also Pluto. So Pluto is leaving your sign next year. It will be in Capricorn still between the 1st and the 20th of January, and also September the 1st to November the 19th. Otherwise, it's moving into Aquarius, so that's it. And there is this major transformation in your area of resources, possessions, money, your approach to money, spending. And this could be very much also connected to this major career changes, financial income changes, as well as we've got the eclipses in Libra, 2 eclipses in your career. So there's this major focus here on this area of life, along with Pluto moving into your 2nd house. So there's this change of dynamics. You could be really having this strong need to declutter. And I know someone who did a major Capricorn decluttering when Pluto was in their 2nd house this year. Huge one, life-changing. So this could be the case for you. Your approach to wealth, money, how you make money, and you earn money could also undergo this huge shift as well. Right, so I think that's what I've got for you today. Remember, 27th, 28th of January until March the 31st. This is when all the planets will be moving in a direct motion. So here, take advantage of these energies as well. It's easier to achieve our goals, objectives when the planets are moving in a forward motion. So thank you very much. And let's move into the next sign. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to your 2024 preview. We start with Mercury stationing direct in Sagittarius as we begin the year, along with Jupiter stationing direct in Taurus. So there is this forward momentum. Finally, the energy is moving forward, allowing this easiness and easy flow of energy. And this is your area of groups, friendships, goals, hopes, and wishes. So here, that mental cloudiness that you may have experienced or lack of clarity in the second part of December is now going to shift away. So this will be a really good time for starting to implement new ideas and goals into your life. At the same time, from the 27th of January until the 31st of March, all the planets will be moving in a direct motion. So an amazing time, time for launching new ideas, projects, and for generally moving forward with some important goals and objectives as well. So as we move forward, we will have another retrograde in Aries from the 1st to the 25th of April. Then we have another one from the 5th to the 28th of August. It starts in Virgo, ends in Leo, and the final one for the year, it will be from the 25th of November until December the 15th. At that point, we'll have Mars retrograde as well. So it will be a pretty hectic month. So any big ideas, plans, ideally, try to work on them until the end of October, because once we begin November, Mars will be in a pre-shadow period along with Mercury, so it will be difficult to reach substantial goals, and this could only create frustration and delay. So leave the end of the year for reviewing, reassessing, updating, refreshing any goals or ideas, whatever it is, and here anything that you want to launch, begin here, or work on, try to do it between January and October. Right, so here the retrogrades will be in the fire houses, and this is your 3rd house, your 7th house, and your 11th house. So here the house is connected to social activity, communication, and this suggests that here this year in 2024, you will be reviewing your social circle, your connections with other people. It could be that some people will move away from your life and other people will come in their place. So whoever perhaps, whatever friendships, connections fulfill their purpose, now it will be a time of letting go, clearing away. You will see that you will be doing lots of reassessments and reevaluations. At the same time here, communication is highlighted, the way you communicate as well. It looks like your mindset might change here this year. And of course, because Pluto will be in Aquarius, and there's this massive transformation on a deeper scale. And how Pluto's transit in Aquarius will influence you, it also depends where your ascendant degree is placed or present, because this will also have a huge impact, that intensity and that transformation that comes with these energies will be especially influenced and highlighted during this conjunction with your ascendant. But here, as Pluto enters your energy field here, Aquarian energy, you are already being internally prompted to transform something in your life that no longer serves any purpose. And this could be about changing your career, changing your status, something to do with your outside world very much, because Pluto rules over your 10th house. So for many Aquarius rising, this will be connected to some career-related changes, and also worldly achievement and worldly goals, objectives that you may have connected to your career, professional life, growth, status as well. Right, so here we've got Pluto. Now to discuss Mercury, Pluto, and Jupiter. Yes, so Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and then it will move into Gemini, where it will carry on until 2025. Jupiter, that's your 4th house. So there's some kind of expansion. Perhaps you're seeking to add more space into your existing home. So it could be about here some major renovation taking place. It could be adding a room or expanding your kitchen. This could be also about perhaps living abroad temporarily. Now, here when Jupiter is in the 4th house, we often crave more space. We crave more freedom and more comfort in our home. Perhaps it could be people visiting you during this time. But here it's all about here having these setting yourself goals, realistic goals to improve your home situation as Jupiter moves into your 5th house. This will or could mean that there will be some expansion going on in the area of children conception. So this could be very much the theme. Jupiter in Gemini could be about having a child, conceiving, having these conversations connected to family planning for some Aquarius rising. Now, this could be also about having perhaps setting a new business, or your business expanding in some substantial way, new hobbies, new interests, and more adventure. It's a really, really pleasant Jupiter in the 5th house will likely be really enjoyable and pleasant, because here this also improves that love area for you. So love and romance is highlighted and boosted, along with this the fun side of life, especially here since Saturn is in Pisces. It triggers these Gemini and Sagittarius placement. Jupiter is here to boost you and help you to see a little bit of more fun and adventure in your life. That's from the second part of 2024. Right, so here Mars will station retrograde at the very end. I think I already mentioned it at the beginning, but if I didn't, then just wanted to let you know that it's any big goals, ideas, objectives you want to reach in 2024, try to do that until November, early days of November, because from November we'll have Mercury retrograde. Mars will be in a pre-shadow period as well. It will be more difficult to achieve substantial goals and to reach any major objectives. It will be a good time for reviewing, reassessing your past achievements and whatever that happened in 2024, so that you can prepare constructively, effectively into the year 2025. Now, the nodes will remain in Aries and Libra. The North Node will be in Aries, the South Node in Libra. Your 3rd and the 9th house are activated here, which suggests that you will be, well, you could be relocating to a different country. This is all about liberating yourself from any heavy baggages. It's all about engaging in activities, relationships, connections with people that have a positive impact upon your life, but also that help you to grow, and vice versa. Foreign people are highlighted here, but more specifically with that North Node in your 3rd house, it's all about engaging in your life within your community, becoming a part or a bigger part of your community. Travel, short distance travel is emphasized, learning, working with your hands, communicating. It's all about also growing your business or growing something that is very close to you, a project that you could be involved in. So here, lots of different ideas, things will be possible here, connected to communication, connected to your skills, to working with your hands as well. So that's all really, really emphasized. Contracts and new connections, as well as we also have these retrogrades here in the fire houses, which are connected here in your chart to social connections as well. Now we've got a lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th. and a solar eclipse in Aries on the April the 8th. So with the Libra house, which is the 9th house, you will be moving away, ending. You will be also changing your life philosophy. Your perspective on life is changing as there is this major shift with Pluto moving into Aquarius, with the North Node and in the Aries, and Mercury retrograde in Aries throughout the whole of April, pretty much. The events that occur in your life and the projects that you start in 2024 will have a huge impact upon your mindset. There is this shift going on. You will start to see things differently, and your approach to certain matters in your life will also shift as you engage in very different brand new activities. As you start new projects, engage in new connections with different or more like-minded people. So a lunar eclipse in Libra in March will be connected to the new moon in Libra we had in 2022. So here, whatever was present in your life around that time, whatever you initiated, now you could see things either moving up, or this could be about completion. But with that South Node dragging the energy out, it looks like you have to eliminate something. It's all about detaching, eliminating. If you launched a new business, a new goal, objective around that October 2022, then here you could be remodifying it, implementing some changes, perhaps completing as well. You could be completing a course of study, even a case, a legal case. For example, perhaps a contract, a work contract abroad is coming to an end, and you will be coming back home, for instance. This could be also the case here. The solar eclipse in Aries is all about new contracts, new connections, changes in the dynamics here in your everyday life. Movement is indicated. It will be a busy year. The 3rd house is connected to movement, communication, traditionally related to Gemini energy. And here you've got Aries as well. So it's all about taking action. It's a forward and fast-moving energy as well. Then in October, we've got a solar eclipse in Libra. And this eclipse in Libra could be about some major new beginnings connected to your career, worldly achievements, something that gets you closer to your purpose. You're redefining your life principles this year. Your belief system is undergoing a major shift change as well. So with that 9th house, often it's connected to publishing, starting a new career, a new business, coaching, teaching, finishing, or perhaps starting a degree here with the solar eclipse. A postgraduate degree, professional a professional course that could help you to progress in your career, for example. Or you could be generally getting yourself out there into the global scene. And as I said, business, or perhaps some public speaking opportunities could be the case as well. And also this year we'll have the very first eclipse on Pisces and Virgo axis. It will be a lunar eclipse in Pisces, and this is your 8th house. Sorry, not 8th, 2nd house. 2nd house, it will be connected to the energies that Saturn has already initiated since it enters this area of life in March, on March the 7th. And the eclipses on Pisces and Virgo axis here will further illuminate these areas of life. This is very much connected to financial changes, these eclipses. And here in September, you'll get a little taste, a little flavor of what you may possibly expect to happen in the upcoming years, especially 2025. It will be a big year for financial new beginnings and endings, income changes as well. Opportunity to really improve your financial situation, to establish that security and stability that perhaps you struggled to establish until now. You've had Neptune here for quite a long time, Pisces on its own. If you don't have any planets in your 2nd house and you've only had Neptune transiting here for years and other energies coming in and out, then here it's difficult. Money doesn't stay. Money goes in and out. It's like water. But nothing is secure, stable. Saturn is here to help you to hold on to your wealth, to hold on to your money. And the eclipses here will further illuminate this area. So while you've got lots of lessons here with Saturn, experiences, opportunities, the eclipses will help you to build something more concrete. Right, so I think that's what I've got for you today. Thank you very much, Aquarius, and let's move into Pisces. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your 2024 horoscope. And here we start the year with Mercury and Jupiter stationing direct, moving in a forward motion. So there is this forward momentum. I think for you, it's especially beneficial because Jupiter is your traditional ruler. So you will feel that as we begin January, things will suddenly move forward for you. There's this fresh breath of energy. At the same time, Jupiter also rules your 10th house. So if you experience delays in your career area, and perhaps if it was difficult to make progress or see substantial progress of your hard work, hard efforts, Mercury was also retrograde here. Then here, there is this forward momentum, energies moving forward, and that easiness perhaps to see the light at the end of the tunnel to reach substantial goals and objectives. So here from the 27th of January until the 31st of March, all the planets will be moving in a direct motion. So here during this time, it's also an amazing phase or period in 2024 to launch new ideas, goals, objectives as well. Here, there's an easy flow of energy during this time. The nodes are still in Aries and Libra in 2024. The North node will be in your 2nd house and the South node in your 8th house. So it looks like in 2024, here you are, this is all about relying on oneself. External support is not always available or easily available when the South node is in the 8th house. The South node sucks the energy out and makes us work harder. So any government scheme or family support is not always there when Saturn or the South node are in the 8th house. So it's all about building, improving your skills, relying on your own talents and skills. And it's all about that independence, and it's all about becoming self-reliant as well. Because if you overly rely on other people, it will just create a disappointment. So first, it's all about you, and it's about building that stability, security in your life with the 2nd house activation and also Saturn in your 1st house. So here we'll have 4 eclipses this year. There will be 2 eclipses in Libra, 1 in Aries and 1 in Pisces. So a brand new series of eclipses. You will enjoy the energies in Pisces and Virgo as they fully establish themselves in 2025. In 2024, we get a little taste. Now here, so still lots of work here for you to do in 2024, but it's in a positive sense. So you here taking these steps forward to build a new life for yourself, a life that is more satisfying. You're setting new goals, and whatever that you initiate here in these upcoming 2 years, it will have a very long-lasting effect with that Saturnian influence as well. So it's all about being grounded as well. Right, so there's a lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th and the solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th. So here with the solar eclipse, it's all about new beginnings in the area of your finances, income, perhaps a new business, a new opportunity for a new job, and for improving your finances here. It's all about that financial security that's so emphasized here. The South Node eclipse, it's a lunar eclipse, so something is coming to an end. This could be about the getting rid of resources, possessions. You could be redefining your values at this time as well. And this is also about perhaps closing bank account or sorting out your debt situation as well. So if you've been struggling with money, if you've been wanting to clear out your debts, then 2024 offers this opportunity for making it happen. But here again, strategic planning, careful planning is essential, but there is an opportunity for clearing away, moving away. At the same time, a certain degree of transformation is here happening, because that's what the 8th house is about. It's about moving away, clearing away of the negative energies, habits, influences, in order to establish a better life for yourself. Now, here, this eclipse in lunar eclipse in Libra will be connected to some new beginnings that started in October 2022. So you can also think about what started, initiated, what was present in your life at that point, because here you could also see that similar energies will be present, and you will be either drifting away, moving away, closing some chapters, or perhaps taking these goals, ideas, perhaps for some financial commitments into the next stage, next level. Now here we have a solar eclipse in Libra on the other hand in October, and this will be connected to some major new beginnings. So as you clear away from the structures of life that have outlived its purpose, lost its spark and meaning, you'll be establishing something brand new as well. And this could be connected to a new partnership, a new relationship, something deeper. It's all about these profound energies. But at the same time, it's could be connected to inheritance, or perhaps a new career related to accounting, finances. You could be dealing with financial advisors, perhaps taking a loan or a mortgage as well. So it's all about the money that is not connected to your regular monthly income, but rather to perhaps investments or insurance payouts, or perhaps changing insurance providers as well. But here with that eclipse also is all about implementing some important and necessary changes into your life that will have a big and positive impact upon your well-being, upon that reaching that fulfillment in your life. Now, in September, we will have a lunar eclipse in Pisces. So at that point, you will get a little flavor, a little taste, what you might possibly see happen in 2025, when the nodes move into the 1st and 7th house, and also the eclipses will be initiated at that point quite substantially as well. So it's all about here, at that point, it will be about self-discovery, self-improvement. And here it's all about you, that identity. It will be quite interesting because you'll be changing your style, your outlook on life. But here Saturn is preparing you for these major events that will begin to influence your life on a bigger scale as we begin the eclipses in Pisces and Virgo axis here, starting from September 2023. We've got Mercury retrograde. So as we begin the year, on the 1st, Mercury will station direct in Sagittarius, as I mentioned earlier. And also we'll have 3 more eclipses happening throughout the year, mostly in fire signs. We've got one in April from the 1st to the 25th in Aries. Then we'll have another one that starts in Virgo, ends in Leo from the 5th to the 28th of August. And the final one will be in Sagittarius from the 25th of November until December the 15th. So here the fire houses are influenced, and this is the 2nd house, the 6th house, and the 10th. This is connected to your career. This is connected to your work, employment, lifestyle. So if you've been craving some lifestyle changes, then they may very well happen in 2024. And I think this will be just the beginning, because we've got also the nodes that will eventually move into your 1st and 7th house, and you will be reinventing yourself on a bigger scale. It will be like a new you emerging from a cocoon as the north node, moves across your 1st house, and you will be moving away from people, connections in your life that no longer serve any purpose. It will be a massive clear out at that point as well. But here with the Mercury retrogrades, this will be connected to your work dynamics. If you're not satisfied with your work situation, with where your career is heading, then here these retrogrades will bring a lot of new thoughts, ideas into your life. So this is really interesting, because you will be reinventing yourself without a doubt, because Saturn is now in Pisces. It's squaring your 4th and the 10th house. So it's perhaps more difficult to be motivated to move forward. Perhaps it's more sometimes difficult to be driven and excited about your career, and at the same time you might be starting something major and big, but there are some obstacles along the way. And here these retrogrades will help you to eliminate the negative energies in order to find that fulfillment in your work sphere, in your career. And it's all about reaching your purpose, feeling emotionally satisfied and fulfilled in your profession and your career. It's about doing something that really brings that fulfillment, and these retrogrades will really give you lots of new thoughts, ideas to make it happen, to make it a reality. At the same time, you will be also think perhaps your approach to money, to wealth, and it could be also your relationship with money could also undergo a slight shift change as these retrogrades occur. But yes, lifestyle changes definitely are the case. Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May, and then it will move into Gemini. So here, Taurus, this is your third house. So as Jupiter stations direct, it will generally here, it's all about expanding your connections with your community or with people. It's all about meeting like-minded people as well. Lots of opportunity for growth. And I think this is also about learning, studying short courses, something that perhaps could help you with your career choices, something that could help you to learn new skills, update new skills. It's all about also here improving your communication style, or perhaps your ability to discuss, communicate about a certain subject, a certain topic. You might want to master some of your skills. This could be also about working on your on a specific website. This could be about writing, presenting work. Lots of words and writing and social interactions are here boosted on a big scale as Jupiter transits this area of life. Now, when Jupiter moves into Gemini, you'll be craving more space, more freedom at your home. So perhaps you could be renovating your home, adding an additional room, expanding your kitchen, or perhaps you'll be traveling here. You could be traveling abroad. The home could be abroad. Perhaps someone could be moving into your home as well. So lots of expansive energy, but it's all about needing more space, feeling more free at your home, especially since Saturn is now squaring that fourth house cusp and a placement you might have in Gemini. And you might feel slightly restricted at your home sometimes, perhaps lacking ability to implement some new ideas. So here Jupiter will help you to find these new ways, to feel free, to feel more relaxed, to find more comfort and space. It's all about space as well. Or the home could be abroad temporarily as well. You could be spending a lot of time abroad, traveling as well with this placement. Pluto will be in Capricorn between the 1st and the 20th of January, and from September the 1st until November the 19th. And in 2024, Pluto will make it transition into Aquarius and will start to feel more grounded, more comfortable. So there is this major also shift, transformation here happening in the subconscious mind. And it's all about, on the one hand, it's all about connecting on a deeper scale to spirituality. It's all about getting involved in spiritual work, healing energies. Perhaps you want to heal, help the humanity. Your dreams will be very, very vivid and deep. It could be also having dreams that could seem very realistic, or there could be messages coming through these dreams, journaling, and yes, lots of healing energy that could be used in a positive way to help others to heal their traumas, their difficulties. Lots of endings as well with this Pluto in the 12th house, lots of endings. And as you move away, I think there is a lot of endings because you've got Saturn in your first house. You're starting this major 29-year cycle. Then the nodes, the South Node in your 8th house, it really wants you to transform and heal whatever that is perhaps still stuck inside you, things that happened in the past. So the South Node wants to suck out these energies and help you to feel more self-empowered. And you will especially make it happen when the North Node moves here. And it's all about here self-discovery in a different way. As you move away from these negative energies, you will move into a very different future, and you will feel much more comfortable in your own skin. But first, you need to perhaps work on these internal blockages that perhaps act as a blockage holding you back and making it difficult to move forward. Mars will be retrograde from December the 6th until January 2025. So here, if you want to achieve something significant this year, if you have any plans for any big goals, any big vision, try to do that before November, because as we begin November, we've got Mars in a pre-shadow period and Mercury in a pre-shadow period and then retrograde. So overall, November, December, these will be good months for reviewing, reassessing, updating, and preparing for the upcoming year 2025, so that you are fresh with new ideas to start this new phase in your life as the nodes move into your first and the seventh house along with the eclipses. All right, so we reached the final sign for this forecast 2024 preview. I wish you a wonderful year 2024, full of new opportunities and positive energies. And thank you very much for your support and for helping me grow, or for helping this channel to grow. All the best, and until the next time, bye for now.